Well, hello everybody. Welcome to the show today. Very happy to have you here. Hopefully everybody's had themselves a good week. Today we are doing the Zombieful of Oz #5 and all the other stuff that comes with it. You can get the early ones too, I saw. Plus metal covers. I like metal covers.
Metal.
Those are cool.
Fuck on, dude.
Yeah. Well, I remember that DC Comics had a thing called Metal. It was like a little series and it was interesting, and then it ended badly. Like really badly. Yeah, it's unfortunate, but that seems to be the problem these days. People can't get the third act. What act are we in, by the way, Eric?
This is Act 5.
So, like, where is that in the storyline, though?
It is the second issue of the second story arc.
Okay, so therefore we're kind of in the middle. Woo, safe. All right.
We're in the Empire Strikes Back phase.
Oh, there we go. Then we're safe. We're safe because they drop the ball in the third act all the time. You know, Return of the Jedi is certainly the worst of the original. And we don't talk.
I
about
agree.
That stuff. Yeah,
I
It's the
agree.
most fun to watch, though.
Yeah. Oh no, they are. They're better than the other crap that came after it. Although there is a special place in my heart for the Christmas special. Yes. Well, dude, Grandpa Chewbacca was getting him some action, man. It was pretty cool.
Yeah, that was weird.
It was very weird,
virtual
especially
porn
because she
before-
was human.
Anyway,
Although I did
Creepy.
like the thing they did with the miniature dancers, though. That was pretty cool.
It was the first appearance of Boba Fett, too.
Was it?
Really?
Yeah, he was in cartoon form.
Oh, that's
for
right.
the
Yeah, that
first
was
time.
actually really cool, wasn't it? Yeah. Yeah, that was really cool. Who did that? You know, that felt a lot like the guy that did Cool World, was it?
No, it was shit. I know the guy. Crap, I can't remember his name right now.
Because I know later, because after that we got a little thing started in 1981 called MTV. That same guy obviously was doing work for them because it's clearly the same dude. But anyway, I'm gonna go over here and hit the like and share button. Hopefully you guys will do the same, and you know, we'll get as many people in here as possible to support the Zombieful World of Oz again, and you know, hopefully everybody's excited today. Now we've done this book a few times here, and of course we're supporting one of our standard members here as well as one of our friends, and I'm curious if we have anything new characters to look at this time, Eric.
TikTok is going to be in the series.
Oh, okay, all right. And did you introduce any new villains of any kind?
Queen Languedir will be the new main villain. She appeared in the last page of issue 3.
Mm-hmm.
Other than that, let me see. I'm running through the story in my head.
I do believe I saw Wheelies.
The Wheelers. The Wheelers are in there. There's going to be zombie Wheelers.
There we go. There we go. When are we going to get the porcelain people? This is my question.
The porcelain people, maybe 7.
Oh wow. Okay. Hey, he's got a game plan. All right. I'm down with that.
After we finish up the Queen Languedir series or storyline, we'll probably go into Gnome King.
Oh, all right, there we go. Yeah, no, there's so many things you could do with Oz that people just don't know. The original was great, and then we haven't really got anything really, really good after that. Return to Oz was nightmarish as an adult in a good way, I think. But that thing bombed hardly, unfortunately. But we just haven't got anything that really goes into in depth. I saw a couple things that tried, but they just bombed, unfortunately.
Yeah, they really have a trouble with that. Well, most people just, when they think of Wizard of Oz, they think only of the book or the movie, then not the books at all.
Yeah.
And Return to Oz was based on 2 of the books, and they combined characters and stuff, and it was probably more like the books than the original movie was.
Well, yeah, no, I agree with that. I actually like it now, as an adult now, and I've seen a few other takes on other people are always trying to do like yourself. It's a very interesting topic to kind of
Mm.
put their own spin on it, and I've seen many things over years. Some of them were quite interesting, but they just never hit. So the wider audience doesn't because no one reads those things anymore. It seems that they don't really understand that there's a lot more to Oz than that Little Dorothy movie everyone remembers.
There's like shoot, I have a complete book set around here somewhere. It's 14 or 15 books.
There's a bunch of them,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
And that's just the Baum books. His kids and some other people did books after that as well.
Oh,
yeah.
wow.
That's true. But and they are good reading, I'd say.
They
They
are.
are well written. But and of course, even though they're technically kids' books, well, they're technically children's books. They're from an era where they actually wrote children's books in not talking to children as if they were two. Right? And this
Yes.
is one thing that irritates the hell out of me. I see it all the time as an educator. I go to schools and, just in general. Uh, so many teachers, so many people these days, when they go to talk to a bunch of elementary kids, they talk to them like they're two, right? And you shouldn't. You don't have to. These kids are capable of writing essays and such, right? They're not,
Mhm.
a good example. I just saw this movie, Megan, which is just another AI gone crazy movie. It's not very interesting or special, but it's not bad either. But anyway, I watched that, and in there was this lady that was coming from what do you guys call it when the child service groups?
Oh, child
Protective
CPS?
protective?
service?
Yeah, the government
Social
people.
services?
Right. So
Mm.
this lady's in and she's
Oh,
seeing because the kid's mother died and her parents died and she's with her auntie and that she's come to see if
Mm,
it's a proper place for her to be. And
mm.
so they have a toy. She wants to see her interact with a toy, right? Her playing with her. It's a 10-year-old. Keep this in mind.
What?
Yes, and the lady has like a ball and it transforms into something. She said, "No, no, no, just roll it." So they roll the ball back and forth, and I don't know if they were trying to make commentary in that scene. They might have been, but that's a reality I see all the time, right? Roll a ball with a 10-year-old.
Yeah.
I mean, are you out of your
What
mind?
are the
Anyway, we're looking at the page here, and you're doing well, dude. Good on you, man. Almost up to 5 grand, and there are 2.5 days left, so plenty of time. Get over here and check it out. Of course, now you can see what I'm doing here, Eric, and I'm scrolling through the page.
Mhm.
And we got 5 of them here, knocking on heaven's doors, number 5 here. And we have, of course, some examples of the art. Now, you don't have to give out spoilers or anything like that, but kind of bring us up to date a little bit on where this started and where Dorothy finds herself.
Yeah, so in the beginning, Dorothy's, it's 10 years later. She is now a young adult, and she was in a mental institution, and she
Yeah,
was reconditioned to believe there's no such thing as Oz. So
right.
when she gets out of Oz, that's when Oz comes and finds her in the form of zombie Winky guards and the Monkey King to take her back to Oz. But that's when the Scarecrow and Lion and Tin Man show up to rescue her, and they take her back to Oz to keep her safe. When they return to Oz, they find that Emerald City has been devastated by the zombie apocalypse, and Queen Ozma is gone missing, which is the Scarecrow's girlfriend. And so they have to go on a search for Queen Ozma.
Hmm.
You find Glinda as well. And then Hungry Tiger shows up. We got some other characters show up, and the wizard shows up. They defeat Nico, or I'm sorry, Monkey King. I can't call him Nico, I found out, because he was
what?
only called Nico in the credits of the movie, and I have to stay away from the movie.
Oh,
But
weird.
No, that's true.
yeah, he was
Oh,
never
wow.
mentioned in the movie at all, but in the credits it says Nico. So I've
Oh,
had
that's
to,
really weird.
yeah, I've had to get rid of that. So he's the Monkey King, and so
That's
that ended the first story arc. Then we launched issue 4, and that picked up with Cowardly Lion having to get a new airship. Um, the Tin Man telling Dorothy the story of where his heart came from, how he got his original heart back, and Queen Langwidere requesting help from Dorothy because now her land of Ev has been infected with zombies as well.
Oh my goodness.
No,
That's too many zombies.
It's a lot of zombies. Yeah.
Well, I drew 2,500 zombies on one page.
Wow.
What?
Jeez.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. I mean, they're really tiny, but still, no matter, there's no detail to them, but that's a lot of scribbles.
That's a lot of zombies.
It is a lot of zombies. Are we going to get the Good Witch of the South?
Glinda is dead.
No, I didn't say the North. I said the South.
Oh, the South. That would be Dorothy's mother.
Oh.
Cool.
So in issue 3, you did learn some of the heritage of Dorothy's Azonian heritage as well.
Well, there you go. There you
That's
go.
how she ended up there.
Makes sense.
I guess that's you can make such good use of the slippers, right?
Mhm.
Because she's
Yeah.
right there.
That makes sense.
So she's kind of like an Ozzy and Harry Potter.
Yeah. Well,
Oh, automatically.
I know it sounds like you kind of stuck to the general framework of the story, but added zombies.
For the most part, yeah. I've brought in the characters I knew from the books. Try to keep them as true to the story as they are. When you get into issue 4, Tin Man had all of his limbs cut off with a cursed sword. Captain Fighter had all of his limbs cut off with a cursed sword, and Tin Man's was a cursed axe. And then Kuklip, a Winky tinsmith, pieced all their pieces back together, but he didn't know which pieces were which, so he created a whole new guy. And that guy ended up marrying the same girl that both Captain Fighter and the Tin Man were engaged to before they chopped off all their limbs.
Oh no.
But there's some
Joy.
really weird stuff. Yeah.
No, it is
So
very
kept,
weird.
Yeah.
For sure. And it is good to stick to the general idea of what was being done, because it is a seminal classic. And that works. Better not to go too distant. But yeah, no, that falls in the same thing. You guys, a lot of people don't understand the 19th century at all. They have this really, really archaic and honestly primitive view of those people. Things like Shelley, of course, is very famous from that period, right? With her Frankenstein, Mary Shelley. And people have this very what is your image of Mary Shelley? Anybody?
I
I
sure
haven't
A
thought
woman in a dress.
A superwoman
I
in a
bet you
dress? Is that it? Yeah. Well, we're
I
mainly
didn't say superwoman. I just said a woman.
a woman in a dress. Well, the thing is, you don't
I
have
picture
any
a short,
image, but
stumpy, ugly woman.
yeah. Well, no, she was actually fairly attractive, and she was a noble lady, and she spent a lot of her time with people like Byron and other things like that, getting high off their ass.
Mm.
Drugs were
I guess
quite
that makes-
popular.
especially if you
Yeah.
have money.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
it's not too dissimilar from now, is it?
They were also into free love too.
Oh my
so.
goodness, dude! Yeah, it was an absolutely. But of course, that's where the Bohemians come from, right?
Oh, and absinthe. I bet they're all high on the absinthe.
Mm-hmm. But I mean, there was a lot of drugs going around at that time, and it explains a lot with things like Alice in Wonderland, Wizard of Oz. It kind of, you can see it playing into it. But nevertheless, we got to get going here. We got to do our thing. So Eric's going to do a countdown, and then Jeff's going to kazoo something. Go ahead.
But what should I count down from, Chester?
I think it should be a minimum of 5,002,080. Perfect.
Jeff
Perfect.
just stepped in there and
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Was that too early?
No, that was
Go ahead.
perfect.
You're perfect.
No,
Your
you
timing
go to
has
the,
been
no,
improving,
do your
Jack. I
countdown.
appreciate
Do your countdown.
No,
Go
no,
ahead.
One
No, I think
time
our
Why?
shtick worked.
We are not going to mess with that. That was perfect. Everyone, go. Okay.
let's see.
I feel so let down.
You
Oh,
do. Well, let's see here. Now, of course, we got Andrew in here. We got Amy. We got Eric, of course. We have Honey. We have Keenma. We have Johan. Hello, Johan. How you doing?
Oh,
hello.
where'd he go? I saw him in here earlier.
No, he is. I'm going to. We also have a rabbit, of course. Kima's mic seems to be on. Hi, Kima.
Hello.
How are you?
Very tired.
Oh, bless your heart.
Oh wow, me too. All right, let's go, Kima.
Yeah, there we go. Team tired. Yeah, I can join that.
And you know they're still going to do amazing work.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Chester, what do you mean you're tired? You just
Fabulous.
woke up.
Yeah, well,
Fabulous.
didn't have much sleeping. I don't sleep much more than a couple hours time anyway. And a certain woman
Aw.
decided she wanted to be frisky. Damn it.
Which one?
Well, the official one.
Good life.
Yeah. It's a dog
That's
walking
the
around wakes her
official
up. So
one.
she gets ideas in her head. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, yeah, no, not much sleep. I don't get a lot of sleep, but then again, it's just being old.
I hope you managed to do well on not too much sleep, though. It's not affecting your health.
No. I've never really slept much in my life. I'm pretty much the 4-hour dude.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
that's got to be nice.
I get
How
I get a
often
lot
are you
done.
waking up at night?
Well, I don't have the
You
waking
don't
up
sleep, but
pissing
you
though. I
dream.
don't have that trouble like you do, Eric. I just wake up every couple hours.
Whoa!
Yeah.
You know, it happens about every 6 months for about a month. I'll wake up exactly at 3 a.m. to go to the bathroom for about
Yeah.
a month, and it goes away for 6
Shots
months.
fired on that one.
Shots fired. Yeah. But no, my wife does. She gets up in the middle of the night to use the bathroom sometimes. I think the reason I don't do that is because I really consume very little sugar. Because if I go back like
Oh.
15, 20 years ago, I would do it occasionally. Right. But then I kind of, axed sugar out of my diet. I think it's sugar. I could be wrong.
Oh, you could be.
Maybe. Oh,
I hear that
A lot
water makes you go to the bathroom too. I don't know if you knew that. That's a little.
Well,
little
I'm just
side
saying in the middle of
hustle for
the
you
night,
there.
though. Yeah. I don't know. Because I mainly drink water or coffee. So
Which is a diuretic.
it is. You're right. As is water.
my
So
goodness.
but anyway, it is something all you youngins got to look forward to.
I'm trying to. Do we have any links to your new issue? Because I'm trying to find some reference, and I think all we've got is like issues 1 and 2. Which are
I see. Okay.
Put the links for 1, 2, 3, and 4 out there. I didn't put any links for the new issue. What would you like to know about?
Well, I was just wondering if there are any characters that you might like to see drawings of, or any that you think might suit. If there's something you'd like.
You know what? I think Patchwork Girl would probably be good for you.
Patchwork Girl. Oh, cute. Is she in one of the links here?
No.
Oh.
No. In fact, the only place you can see her right now is I did a head sketch of her for the campaign.
Oh, cool. So I have to find that campaign again. I don't think I have it on
Where's it at?
this. It might be on my phone's browser, but I'm on my laptop right now.
Oh, but wait, I have her head sketch I could probably post. Hold on. I'm dumb.
No, not at all.
Let me look here.
All right. So what am I looking at here?
Oh.
So which one do I'm going to back? So Eric, tell me which one should I? Which do you suggest?
You've only read issue 1.
I have. Yeah. No. So I want to pick them all up. Well, which one of these packages does Chester need?
Ketchup.
Ketchup? I prefer mustard.
Ketchup packets.
Mustard? Well, I thought about doing a mustard one.
With ketchup?
Yeah, ketchup. I see. Okay. So this has got a regular cover for 5. It's got a digital. It's got 1, 2, 3, and it's got 4. It's got a trading card set. It's got stickers. It has a digital version of stuff, which I don't really use that. Well, I guess I do sometimes. But I'd rather have physical when it comes to comic books, though. That's one thing I've learned. I have a nice tablet, perfect for reading comic books on, but I just prefer to have them in my hand.
Well,
Sure.
yeah,
I do too. Yeah.
especially the
Hey.
indie guys.
I mean, I dropped that in there with you see her head, what her head looks like, and
Yes.
pretty much her whole
Oh.
body looks like that. It's just she's basically a living quilt.
Fun. Is she new to this issue then? Is she like a what kind of character is she?
She might show up on the very last page. I
Oh.
can't confirm.
Okay, maybe. We don't know.
She will be at the end of this issue and in next issue.
Would she be wearing like a dress or something like that? Or is she pretty much like a cat suit but all patchwork?
I would say catsuit.
Oh, okay, cool. Doop-a-doop-doop-doop.
With a weird tuft of yarny hair that sticks out of the top of her hair.
Character. So there we go.
What is
Ragdoll
this?
characters can be fun.
What is this from the vault catch up? What's that?
From the vault is the actual single issues. Regular catch-up is the trade paperback of 1 through 3 that has a bunch of art from the artist here in it. And the original from the vault is, I have very limited copies of 1 and 2 left. So that's why it's limited, yes.
I see. So catch up, there's one book, and is it color?
Yeah, everything's color.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
Oh, I see why you suggested it. All right, fine. All righty. So let me see here. Where is it here? Oh, here it is. So Japan. Okay, got that. And oh wow, shipping is exactly the same price as the book. Nice.
International.
That's right. That's why I don't.
For me.
How do you manage your international stuff, Eric?
I don't get a lot of them. It's enough just to be going.
Yeah.
But, they keep coming back. I mean, it's the same international backer, so I keep offering it.
I could
Yeah,
get
because like I mostly just keep my international to Canada for my campaigns, mostly because I don't know which countries are going to hit me with the VAT or anything like that, the VAT.
The EU really sucks.
Yeah, it's like I don't ship to the EU at all because then they tax me.
Yeah, one customer, they get taxed when the book hits them, so they have to pay for it. And he asked me if I could declare it the value a little less on the shipment.
Mm.
Like, yeah, I could do that. Sure.
That's fair.
Sure.
Yeah, but I've shipped stuff to Australia, New Zealand, Switzerland, UK, Ireland, Canada, Italy.
Italy.
See. Oh, does Patchwork Girl have any like friends?
No, she's kind of a loner and a little kooky.
Oh, okay.
But she will have a friend at the end of the issue in next issue.
Oh, yay!
Is it Dorothy?
No.
Oh.
I have a new credit card. I'm using my brand new credit card for the first time.
Awesome. Don't stream the number.
No, I'm not.
Actually, do stream the number. I need a few things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I should have created
Diablo
a
4 is coming out
whatchamacallit
soon.
tier.
Yeah, that's true.
Should have done a whatchamacallit tier for Chester.
Let's see. Okay. Okay, I got to click this button. It says, purchase at your own risk. Thank you, Kickstarter. Okay. And pledge, go.
Did it go?
I'm waiting. It has a little circle with a red
What?
line through it. Oh, there it is. Thank you, Chester Busby. You just backed the Zombieful Word of Oz 1 through 5. The adventure continues. Okay.
Hey, thank you, Chester.
And it gives
So-
me strengthen your suggestion. Go away. Okay. Let's see here. And I have suggestions. I could
Oh,
get
there you go.
Ace and Starlet. Looks like a couple of ladies. I think they might be of the lesbian persuasion. Nice. Devilina. I don't know what that is, but she has.
Oh, it's probably one of those scam Kickstarters that are all Like, oh, there's nothing bugs me more about Kickstarter than just the single issue, like get number one, and like the story is garbage, the art is garbage, everything about it is garbage, but they make $1 million because they sell not safe for work cover art, and that's and Kickstarter is just buried with those.
Oh, I
Oh,
see.
Just
yeah,
like, hey,
Eric,
you could spend $1 million
Yes.
on mine.
Eric, you should get
Huh?
on that.
I'll tell you what. I thought about it. My backers are not up for it.
Fair enough.
So I
Andrew,
good
you're
for them.
right. Spicy baby. Damn.
Yeah, that's all they are. That Kickstarter is just filled with those.
If you see a book making over 10 grand, typically it's going to be not safe for work stuff.
I'd
Yeah,
like to show this picture because it would be funny. Because every scene with this character before, it's very feminine, very feminine, very feminine, very wow asses, feminine. And then there's a scene where the feminine hero character is bandaged up a little bit, standing in front of the mirror, and the face is a dude.
Oh yeah. See, because nobody knows how to actually draw. They just use
Oh no,
reference
no,
images that they.
it's good
Oh,
drawing.
like it's
intentionally
like
a dude. It's a
it's intentionally
transgender,
too.
Andrew.
Oh, I think I have one of those in my car.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
But
you
hey,
better let them out.
let's see if they're making any money though. Let's check it out. Hoo, 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 hoo. Yes, they are. Wow. Okay, well, it's not that much actually. It's only about $7,000, $6,000.
More than I made.
Yeah, but the art's fine. I say it's about the same level as Eric's actually.
I'll tell you, I was doing I haven't done one in a couple of weeks, but I was doing a weekly video, putting on my YouTube of me going through Kickstarters and stuff, and just highlighting new stuff coming out. And I swear, every time I ran into one that was doing about 10 grand, I went and looked at it. Sure enough, there it was. 50 not safe for work covers.
Yeah, a smut scam book.
Yeah.
Oh,
No.
good.
I have a question, if I may.
Sure.
So anyway, I backed it. I didn't forget
Okay.
this time. So there you go.
Well, I'll try to include some whatchamacallits.
That would be nice. You don't.
Oh,
have to,
that would be
of
so
course.
cool.
You don't have to. And I'll eat it alive on.
And Yoo-hoos.
Yeah, I
Ooh.
don't know
how
if those would make it.
they'll ship.
All your
but,
mail gets open though, doesn't it?
occasionally, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but of course you don't have to do that. What was I saying? Oh yeah. I don't understand all of that though, because one of the things that I go to great effort to avoid and block on my computers and work tablets and all that kind of stuff is pornographic imagery. Yeah, I have kids around, and me all the time around me. So I don't want
course.
that accidentally popping up. I had an experience once that wasn't very good, and it was quite a long time ago. It was in Hawaii. So this shows you that was more than 20 years ago. More than 20 years ago. And I had my daughter sitting in my lap in front of my computer. And we were just having some fun, and she at that point she was into the Jeff, what you remember when we were kids, they had the thing as, one, a two, a three licks to get to the
Count.
center of a not a
the
Tootsie
count.
Pop?
Oh
no.
yeah,
okay.
yes.
Oh,
That was
Tootsie
Tootsie
Pops.
Roll.
Tootsie Pops, Tootsie Pops. That's what it was. And she was into that. She was at that age. I don't know what she was, 6, something like that. But she was into Tootsie Pops, lollipop stuff, right? And of course, I said, okay, what should we search now? Because I just got done searching. I don't know, some little thing she
I'll be
like
back.
Care Bears. I don't know what it was. It was some little kid thing, right?
Back
And
when the internet was the Wild West.
well, this is over 20 years ago, though, right? And
Yeah,
she said,
exactly.
lollipop, lollipop. So I typed in, don't do that. Yeah, don't do that. Don't type in lollipop. Now, how horrible is it? You can't type in the word lollipop on the internet because you can't. And the shit that popped up, dude.
Oh.
You remember
so-
when the first X-Men movie came out? So what was
I
that
do.
in the
Long
late
time ago,
90s?
Yeah.
Like 97, I think. My boss had just had a kid.
2000, I think.
Might have been 2000, yeah. So his kid was
Yeah.
really little, and his kid loved the movie. So he's trying to look up X-Men stuff. Well, he typed in X-Men into the browser, didn't put a dash between the X and Men, and all it came up was porn.
Oh no.
Yeah,
Oh,
no, dude.
no.
Well, anyway, so my point being is, it's the internet is inundated with it.
Yeah.
It's hard to avoid, but yet you have these people going pay for smutty comic books and OnlyFans and stuff. I don't get it. I mean, if that's your shtick, then just type something. What are you paying for?
Yeah, like you can type anything into the computer and
Yeah. So
get it for
why
free.
are they throwing so much money? The OnlyFans ones that really gets me. The most is because most of those girls only making like a couple $100 a month. But there are a few of them they make millions. And it's like, but how though? It's just confusing. And I
Because we
guess this
live
is,
in a really sad society.
I suppose, but I mean, but it's an economic point I'm making, Andrew. You know?
Well, I would say that the feeding off of the sadness of the society is helping the economics of that society.
It's
They're
clearly
they're
is.
direct correlations. You make the more depressed you make people, the more they have to consume.
I suppose that's true. Yeah. Now not to just be completely prudish though, but I do well, no, I do recall sometime way back, Eric. I think it was the '90s. There was I know we had heavy metal, and that certainly was an adult magazine, but it was also awesome, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And I do remember it wasn't uh, it wasn't Psy, or Grendel, but there was another comic that was quite, risque. That came out in the '90s with a female lead, but it was really good comic though. But it was pornographic. What was the name of that one, dude?
Thinking Lady
Durna?
Death, are you?
No,
Durna?
no, 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 no. What do you say,
What do you
Johan?
say, Johan?
Durna. Durna.
Derna,
Yeah.
Derna.
Isn't it? Durna?
Hmm. Let me check.
Durna.
I love the R roll though, and the fact that you can't help it.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Druna. It's Druna, I think.
Druna comic. Well, there you go. It's yeah.
W. Yeah, the art is amazing.
I don't know if you should be proud about that, Johan, but you got it right. Congratulations.
Oh no,
But
no,
the
it's
art is
definitely no. It's
yeah,
yeah, it is
it's
this
all
one.
amazing.
It is this one. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's a name that
Yeah.
no one will ever remember. Yeah, yeah, that one. Dude, it's freaking stellar, dude. Stellar. Now I have this search on moderate, so it's not showing any of the pornography stuff. But I remember it did have it in it. It actually was kind of an extra element. It wasn't the main element. But I'm just saying that sometimes you do get stuff that is clearly very mature, but it still can be awesome. So, but
Right.
I don't know that that's what we're dealing with here on the from what we were just talking about.
No, it's it's a scam. That's all
Yeah.
it is to make money
Yeah,
off of people's horniness.
I
Yeah,
suppose. I suppose.
Pharaoh's Lounge would probably be the one that comes up. I mean, it's every couple months they have a new issue of something, and it's all Disney characters, it's Marvel characters,
Well, there is a comic book company
DC,
that does it
Star
all the time.
Wars. I mean, they have a new campaign. Like, no, they have a Kickstarter campaign every couple months, and it is
It's making money.
adult characters like that.
Well,
It's not their characters.
well, this mother trucker thing I'm looking at, number 3, is already made 23 grand. But there is a comic book company that puts out very risque stuff. That's all they do. I can't remember their name. Starts with a P, maybe.
Huh.
I don't know.
When actually at the last Comic-Con I was at, I was talking with a guy who used to be friends with a lot of people who worked for smut comic book companies, and it was that was a fun conversation because he had some really funny stories.
Yeah. Well, we actually.
But
had
I wonder if it was the same. I wonder if it was the same company.
It's not Senoscope, yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
Telescope.
That's it. That's the one. Yeah, it's
What was
not.
it?
It's a
Because
Z, not a P. Yeah.
That,
Oh,
Um,
Xenoscope?
yeah,
Okay.
Xenoscope. They do
yeah.
a lot of that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Well, we had a really good conversation on this channel. RT Bear and who else was on that stream? Maybe Matt. Maybe Baron was on that stream too. I can't remember. There was several like legend artists that were on that in that conversation. And it was pretty cool. And they were talking about it, and they were kind of split on it, but they all agreed on one thing: if you go smut, that's what you do. You're done. You go that direction.
That's not true anymore, though.
Maybe not, but these are older men.
Nowadays,
so-
yeah, nowadays it's not true anymore.
Yeah, but they were having the conversation, because there's all these guys that are in the 80s and 90s, comic book artists and writers, and but they were like, you either go that direction or you don't, right? And Art was like, yeah, no, I'm not going that way, and I'm glad he didn't because I mean, RT Bear has done like every character that exists in comic books, right? So much great stuff, and he wouldn't have been able to do that. He said, so things might have changed. There is some of this smut stuff in this mother trucker. There is. However, it looks like add-on stuff. I don't know if the story's any good, but damn, the art is killer, dude.
Probably not.
It is
It's-
killer.
Is it the interior art good or just the
Yeah, no,
covers?
no,
It's
it's
usually just
really-
the covers.
No,
yeah,
it's
it
really
is
good.
usually just
I'm
the
looking
cover.
at interiors.
They
right
hire
now.
the artist.
It's excellent, dude. I don't know what it is, but this is the third one, and it's making 23 grand. It's called Mother Trucker. What a name.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it is
Is there-
smutty. It is smutty.
Is Mama Trucker? That would be amazing.
I kind of feeling like she's some kind of space trucker and is also
Okay.
into wrestling on the side. That's what I feel.
Oh, I think I've seen that one before. That one's probably come up on my Kickstarter feed as well. That's
Yeah.
probably why I've heard of it.
It's definitely an
Hey,
adult comic. Though.
Andrew, did you have a lot of people message you about cross promoting with them?
No, not this campaign. Nobody messaged me, surprisingly. But on the first campaign, one person did ask for a cross promotion. I just ignored them, even though they were totally a real person. I was not interested. Their comic was not.
Yeah.
It would not benefit me. It would just benefit them.
I had one like that. Well, they were doing. Actually, they had already raised like 10 grand. But I had about 4 or 5 people contact
Wow.
me, and most of them they were all good. So I went ahead and shared theirs as well. But this one, it was one of those not safe for work books, and they wanted to know if I want to cross promote with them. And I was like, I appreciate the offer, but my fan base, audience base doesn't really want that stuff.
Yeah,
So I'm
not my
really
brand.
Sorry. Yeah.
Yeah.
I would also have said no.
I said as politely as possible.
Of course, yeah.
Well, that's all you got to say is thank you for reaching out to me, but it's not my brand. It's not what I would like.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, someone who is not doing that, but who, I understand it's a touchy subject, but might want to consider that crossover because his art is so stellar and he's willing to do it, would be John Dillard. Yeah, I don't know. He might want to think about getting into that genre because I know he's willing to do it. And his art is just off the charts. It's way better than anything I just looked at, right? So there might be money there for him, though. Although, I guess aside from the conversation we're having, but
Oh.
yeah. You guys ever seen John Dillard's art?
Oh,
Don't
yeah.
think
No,
so.
I'm looking at it now. Yeah. It's very
It's
great.
yeah. I mean, there's a few people around here. We get a lot of really good artists come in. And it's wonderful, and we want to promote them and see their success and stuff. But every now and then we get someone that's just at that polished pro level, right? Someone like Keenma here.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, no,
Who might be sleep.
right? John is that. We had another guy was here for a while. His name was Matt something. What was his
Not Matt
name?
Cosson?
No.
Matt Cosson?
Yeah, I like Matt, but it was a different Matt. Or was it Mark or was it John? He does trading card.
You joking? You know his name?
I do
Matt
know.
Weldon?
Oh yeah, no, not Matt Weldon. That's another one. But he just came. He just was created out of the ether. That's a different thing. Talk about the guy who does all the trading card art.
Who did your
Yeah?
Peter Mayhew that you loved?
Oh yes, that one.
Um,
Yeah, that guy.
I can't remember his name. It's not. It wasn't Ryan Cardinal, was it?
No, no, no. I like Ryan's stuff too. Like I said, we get a lot of really good artists. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the. It's because he does it as a living. It's his job. He does it every day for a living. Right?
Yeah, I can't remember who it
It's
is.
a polish issue. Yeah, no, I could John or
No, it wasn't John.
O'Neill or O'Reilly.
O'Reilly. Yeah, it was O'Reilly.
Yeah.
Oz's
Anyway,
first
that
name.
guy, guys, people
Yeah.
like that. It's just baffling to me why they're not somewhere in the industry, right? But to be
Is it
fair, with what we've been getting over the past decade or so, any one of you would do better than what we got right now.
Yeah, I was just about to say I don't want to work in the industry because they all make the same thing, and I don't want to make. I can't think of a more creatively dead job than working for somebody else and drawing Spider-Man a million times.
No, no, I get it, but I'm just kind of talking money. But then again,
love
that's
them.
collapsed too.
Jim
They're
Yeah.
not
O'Reilly.
making money anymore.
Yeah, well, because
No.
that's the problem though. Is you have all
It's
these
terrible.
if you've ever met, like, I mean, obviously we've all met an artist, but like these professional artists, like they've been working in the industry for so long that they can no longer draw their own stuff. They don't know how to be creative, and they don't know how to create anymore because they've been drawing everybody else's stuff for so long that it's just like, well, I guess I'll just draw Spider-Man forever because I don't know how to create a character anymore.
Frank Miller.
Oh, sacrilege.
Frank Miller?
Did you see
Is
his
he
new
ever on the show?
Wolverine cover? It looks horrible.
Oh,
No,
that!
yeah, I
Oh my
thought that was a joke. Yeah.
No,
It
it's
had.
not.
That
I think
was
Frank
real.
Miller is not
That was real.
just an artist. I think he's an
Oh,
author.
No, I
Already.
thought that was a joke. I mean, are you serious? That really was Frank Miller? No.
Yeah, that's his
No
variant cover for
way,
Wolverine.
dude. All right,
Oh.
fine. I got to show this thing because I thought that was a joke.
Oh, and it
It's
was Jim O'Reilly that was the.
Jim. Yeah, Jim. Yeah. That's.
He's doing sculpting now too.
Oh yeah, no, he's freaking awesome, dude. But like I said, he is in the industry and he's been doing it a long time. Let's see, Frank Miller's Wolverine.
Yeah, I haven't seen this.
I'm
so
putting
bad.
it on my share here. I saw it the other day and I thought it was a joke
Okay.
because okay, we got classic stuff.
Oh,
But
that's
here
it
it is.
right there.
Here it is. Here it is. Yeah.
Oh my.
Oh.
I don't know
Oh.
what to say.
Maybe they got a really bad inker.
I
He
know.
inks his own work.
No, honestly,
Oh.
this looks like a JD piece. It
Maybe
looks like
he drew it
JD's
with
work.
his eyes.
Mm.
And I thought it might be his age. I was like, oh, he's got to be like 80 or something by now. He's only 66.
Yeah, he phoned it in. They're just like, "Hey, would you do this for $1,000?" And he's like, "Whatever."
Yeah, I don't
Oh my-
understand, dude. Because as you can see, we have other Frank Miller stuff, like say that one, which is one of my favorites.
Yeah. It's a great design.
Even that is incredibly mediocre. Look at that hand. That hand is bad. Oh my gosh.
Is this
Compared to
hand
that,
bad?
though.
Yeah, look at the hand like that's holding up the claws. It's
Oh,
just
the
stuck on there. Like
the
his body isn't
proportion is
his
different,
body isn't
yeah.
proportioned. Well, it's not proportioned, nor is it bent and balanced to have his hand in that position.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, he's more famous for his writing, isn't he?
Yeah. But this is what I mean about comic book industry stuff is
Yeah.
there's stuff like this everywhere, and it honestly makes me sick that it's just like, oh,
Maybe he was just trying to copy JD's style.
Maybe.
That's true.
Maybe he was.
That was his Moon Knight cover too.
Or maybe he was drunk.
He's
Yeah,
doing a
maybe he
Moon
was
Knight cover
drunk.
too.
Maybe he was drunk. There's the excuse.
I don't know. But even artists can draw drunk. Well, I mean, I can. Kinema can. That's no excuse.
You should see me play saxophone when I'm drunk. Wow.
Good? Bad?
Oh no, it's usually better.
You don't remember?
I think the best
Yeah,
saxophone.
playing an instrument drunk is yeah. You're gonna get into it though.
Yeah, you do. But I was on some illicit substance one morning, and when I was young, and it's I for some reason thought I was sitting in a field of flowers and everything was like dusk, and it was like colorful, and everything was kind of like, I don't know, like the world was vibrating, and I was just playing the saxophone, just going crazy on it. And but I wasn't.
Yeah.
I was sitting on a couch. Yeah. But someone actually taped it,
Oh, udah, udah. Gue
so
bingung mau ngirim ke
they
mana yang
showed it
baru
to.
aja beres sih.
Well, they showed me
Gimana?
like a week later, right? And I was
Langsung
like,
email satu aja. Sip langsung. Oke.
oh, he's talking to someone else.
Oke.
But they showed me, and a week later, I had seen it. It was like at a different party, and dude, it's the best I've ever played in my entire life. I mean, it
Yeah,
was
but
just,
then you can't.
it was all over the place. I was like, Jesus, man.
That was really hard to do. I
Yeah.
remember, kind of related, but not exactly. One time we were playing like Mario Brothers, and we were taking turns as 1 player and 2 player. And when you don't, one time I was like playing along, and I'm like, I thought it was my sister playing, but it turned out it was actually me. So I was just kind of playing along, going, "Wow, she's on fire going through the stage." But I was just do, and like, wait a minute, that was my turn. I just went through like 3 of the hardest stages without missing anything. Just boop, 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 boop. When
Yeah.
you're not thinking about it too hard, it's amazing what you can do.
The
Highway
zone.
hypnosis.
Yeah, highway hypnosis and
Yeah.
the zone. Yeah, I can have complete conversations in my head and end up at a destination an hour later and not know how I got there. Yeah, it's true.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Hypnosis.
hmm but yeah, no, there's something to be said for it, I suppose. But
Joop.
now we're looking at Eric's here, and he's a bit of a ringer in this
Very
case.
cool.
But
Oh, I'm just doodling.
Hmm.
I'm actually working on the design for Alice for Zombieful Adventures #3.
Alice is
Oh,
coming in.
nice.
Yeah, Zombieful Adventures. That's my spin-off book.
Oh, I see.
Now,
I
is
see.
that the one you had Holmes in? Or is there been a Holmes one yet?
There hasn't been a Holmes. I did draw a Holmes though, just out of the blue. I wanted to
That's a
draw
good idea.
steampunk-looking Holmes. Yeah.
Yeah, oh,
Uh,
Two
okay.
up. Yes.
It was the first one was Tom Sawyer and Huck Finn.
Oh, hey,
Yeah, I
Tom
thought
Sawyer.
for some reason I was thinking there should be a Holmes.
I thought that was
Well, okay.
canceled.
Well, there should be a Holmes.
Yeah.
Eric.
Aaron.
I guess Zombieful Adventures 4. ZA4.
Hell yeah, brother.
Holmes.
There we go.
Yeah. Well,
There you go.
Well,
Save. Okay.
they tried to cancel Tom Sawyer. I don't know that they've been successful. They were also trying to cancel Alice in Wonderland there for a while, which for better reason actually, because the guy who wrote it. I mean, obviously there's drugs involved, but he was also, Alice was a real girl, and he was not a good dude.
Oh,
It was a Lolita situation.
Yeah, it was. So I kind of get that angst on that, but I don't think they successfully did anything to Alice because it's still around. Yeah, but the drug effect is obviously there, particularly in Alice. There's clearly so many drug references in there. But yeah, no, that guy wasn't a good guy. But at that time, the Bohemian the Bohemian culture inundated everything, and those people were wild. I mean, we think the late '60s and '70s was wild. I mean, to be fair, '80s was probably more of a because it was less politics in the '80s, and it was more just kind of fun time. Whereas
More cocaine.
yeah, well, yeah, but honestly, I think the '70s was more cocaine than the '80s. But well, it depends on the culture, I guess. But I'm saying the '80s was just more fun. There wasn't like a political activism behind everything, where the '70s and '60s certainly was. But we kind of people tell stories of the bohemian nature of the '70s, but dude, the 1880s. 1890s, those times,
Yeah.
it was crazy. Yeah, a whole
It's
nother level.
It always seems like a certain level of collapse follows a certain level of moral decay.
Mhm.
So it kind of makes sense that you'd have something like the Great Depression hit after an overly exuberant, indulgent generation.
It did.
So, yeah.
Yeah, it's going to happen again.
Yeah.
No, unfortunately, I hate to say it, but we've been in a recession for a while, right? I don't care what
Oh
the
yeah.
stupid government says.
Well, I mean, they're
We're
already
in a
talking about the
recession.
yeah,
What?
they're
Oh,
already talking about the debt ceiling.
yeah. Well,
Whatever.
dude, the depression is coming. It's coming, and it's
Oh.
coming fast, and it's not going to be
Mhm.
good. And one of the things that concerns me, of course,
Mhm.
we'll get through it as we always do. But the thing that concerns me a little bit differently than the last depression we had was in the last depression, um, you had the entire population had skills, right? Just
Yeah.
because of the
Uh-huh.
nature of the time they lived in, people knew how to work on, knew how to do mechanics and house repair and all kind of stuff because it's just something everyone learned as a child, like I did. My
Well,
generation still learned that. However, there's a lot of kids today, Andrew, that have zero skills. They have no skill at
uh,
all.
the other thing that you're missing out of this factor is the sense of of cultural homogeny, which we don't have anymore.
Oh yeah, that's true.
So cultural homogeny is gone, and that's going to be a major factor for people, looting and and killing each other over goods and whatever.
Right. Well, you've
Because
seen it already, and it's not even bad yet.
well, and that's just it. Is because we lack the cultural homogeny that we used to have, back in the actual depression, people would actually be willing to work together to get things done. Now nobody will do that.
Yeah, no, that's fair. It is fair. But I am concerned about it though, because,
Mhm.
what are we going to do with all these skillless children? I just don't, what do you do with them?
Well, I think
Gonna move back home.
I think the whole idea is, I mean, between, what the government's doing with, the rise of AI and purposely crashing the economy so that they can make, a whole new world economy, is that's what's going to happen, is we're actually just going to reset everything.
Well,
So
that's
there's
what
going to
they're
be one
trying to do. Yeah.
yeah, there's going to be one huge economy. It's all going to be run by AI. The government's going to watch us and keep tabs on us, make sure we have the social credit. That's what they're going to do.
That's what they want
So
to do.
That's
that's
what
what
they
they
I don't
want
want.
know
to
that
do.
it's going to work out 100% for them.
Well,
We'll
Or
guess.
eventually it
sometimes
will. Eventually it will.
or the
Because
Maybe.
that,
government is taken over by AI. So could be a
yeah,
possibility.
master computer.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
That's
All
exactly
hail
what we
master
need. How
computer.
many more movies do we need about it? Hmm? I mean, honestly, but I know that's their plan. And they're very open. They're not hiding anything anymore. They're just pushing. But that aside, I understand that. But my concerns are a little bit more practical, I guess,
Yeah.
because here in Japan, for instance, we're not going to get hit anywhere near as hard as you guys are. We're not, right? Because Japan has a really a solid industrial base, right? You guys have shipped it all off. I mean, NAFTA, what a wonderful, great idea that was. But you just shipped all your industrialization out of America, right? And turn yourself into a service industry based culture, and that doesn't survive in tough times. But so here in Japan, it's not going to be as bad. But another thing that makes me less worried about it is the fact that every
Mhm.
Japanese child has skills. They're all have
Yeah.
skills. They're all taught things, simple little things. As simple as, say, for instance, you go into classes and you learn how to sew. Every
Yeah.
child in Japan can sew. How many
Well, that's
children in
fantastic.
America can sew?
Right. Well, and it's kind of the same thing where, yeah, I'm an artist by trade, right?
Mhm.
But my whole life, my father, my grandfather, my great grandfather have taught me how to build things. Like
Yep.
I can do construction, I can do housework, I can do gardening. It's the same reason why I'm working at a warehouse part time while I
Mhm.
work on my comic, is because I can do the physical manual labor of it all,
Right.
Hmm.
Oh.
and I'm willing to do it.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Yeah.
It's normal.
so I probably so in that case I probably won't have as much of a problem when it hits anyway, because I'll have a job and I work for a billionaire, and
There you go.
Yeah.
if times get really hard, then I'll switch from part time to full time and work on the
Well,
comic book later.
well, the last one that
Yeah.
hit, there were plenty of people who kept their jobs. It was just
Sure.
a lot of people did. The unemployment rate, I don't know, what was it, 30%? Something like that.
Mhm.
Which,
Mhm.
say, oh, that's not so bad. Yeah, it is. But where do you think the American unemployment rate is sitting right now?
Oh, right, and it's just going to get worse. You mean?
Right. Because, one of the things they stopped doing for, I'd love to hear the reason, but one of the things they stopped doing was counting you as unemployed if you weren't looking for a job. So the only people who are unemployed are the ones who are actually actively looking for one. They don't count anybody else.
Mm.
Huh?
Oh,
That's not how you collect demographics.
yeah.
Hmm.
It is here.
Well, the reason why they do that is because of the racial demographics of it all, and they want to make sure
I
that
know. Yeah. Same reason why they
Oh,
don't talk about violence in the cities. Yes, I know.
or how many mass shootings really happen every day, because
Right.
mass shootings are defined as four plus people, which
Oh, it's
happen in
gone
the
up.
inner cities every minute.
Oh, I remember when it was 2.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. But anyway, in the time of the writing of The Wizard of Oz, they were going through the troubles of the Industrial Revolution as well. So it's this kind of uptick and downtick of economics is something that's been around with us forever. And of course, that revival out of that economic troubles led us into the 20s, which was very successful time in the world. In America, particularly, there was a lot of great things going on. It was one of the best. The 20s and 30s is one of the best decades for cars ever. I know that sounds weird,
yeah.
but a lot of the cars that came out in the 20s were quite amazing. Um, but and then it fell into that, and then of course we've had slumps here and there ever since. But yeah, this one. I'm kind of curious the nature it's going to take because we're looking at a very different situation socially.
Mm,
So
Yeah, but it's the same God. I'm sure we'll all come across and out of it okay. The world might look a little different, but I'm sure it's all going to work out all right.
fair enough,
And
but God is more than willing to let you burn yourself to the ground.
Yep, that's very true.
Well, not
if
his
you're
own
willing to
will.
burn yourself and
If you're-
not humble yourself or anything, then what else can you do?
No,
But I do
you're
think there is
100% right.
one.
Yeah.
Well, when some people are on fire, they tend to run around screaming and bumping into other people, and they tend to get caught on fire. And but
Everybody, calm down. Stop running around and bumping into things.
Right. Well, I
You're
mean,
just making the fire worse.
well, one of the interesting things about religion across the planet is the concept of free will. And it's quite a universal concept, right?
Mhm.
So the idea of any god, whichever one you worship, it definitely that god gives you full control over your own demise, right?
Well,
Correct.
And this is one of the problems, right?
Hmm.
Because that's the fallback to any atheist, right? Well, why does God let little kids die? That question, right?
right. You do have
'Cause that's
free
it.
will. Yeah.
Yeah.
Bad things happen.
Although I do think there is one thing that, okay, the new the kids these days are definitely the whole thing about, like, for the decades of just like looking down on skilled trades and
Mm.
and
That's true.
saying, college education, be a doctor or lawyer, and that's it. Of course, and now they or whatever, even less useful skill sets are more prestigious.
Yeah.
So people, they look down. Like, it's like it's like you're just saying, like, you have low potential if you work as a plumber or electrician, which is silly.
Of course it
But I
is.
was
Yeah.
but
Yeah, because those guys make $1 million.
Right. No,
Holy
this has been going
smokes,
on
yeah.
for the past century, though, honey. Really, this we do live in a dark age. We can't see it because we're in it. The trees for the forest. Analogy.
Yeah.
But simple fact of the matter is the most important skilled, artisanal, skill in the world is farming.
Oh yeah.
They are more important than anything else. Nothing comes before the farmer. Nothing. But yet that is the lowliest thing you can be. Now, how ridiculous is that? Think about it.
Yeah.
None of us survive without the farmer, but yet they're
Why do
considered the
you?
low of the
Yeah.
low. And the real
Well,
low
why
of
do you
low.
think? Why do you think Bill Gates is buying all the farms and firing all the farmers?
Yeah, well, no, because it's incredibly important. But the reality of it, everything has value, and celebrities and entertainers and stuff have value too. But they are the bottom of it.
Yeah, just not as much as they think they have, or
Well,
that we've given them. As what we've given them, I should
right.
say.
But I'm talking practically. But in reality, in our world, entertainers, celebrities are the top, and farmers are the bottom, and it's insane. It's
Yeah.
pure insanity, is what it is. And this is an entertainer talking to you.
I do. There is.
Yeah.
I didn't quite finish my early part. I got off on a tangent.
Uh-huh.
But there is one thing that the kids these days have that the ones the generations prior didn't have, and that's really easy access to information and
yeah.
education.
Yeah.
It's like if they're willing to let go of their past. I mean, things get tough for a while, but you can come out of it. If they realize suddenly that their values were wrong, it's not as hard to learn a skill set
No, that's true.
now.
No, that's true.
Then it's easier to learn now than
Yeah, no,
be
YouTube.
like
Yeah, YouTube's
people
an incredible
on philanthropic,
encyclopedia.
like for farmers or people. You go to YouTube,
Hmm.
there's going to be people out there just getting ready to tell people like you want to learn how to survive, just do this, this, and this, and just offering counsel and guidance and learning. So I'm like, there is that. I mean, things are going to get scary, but not hopeless.
Yeah.
No.
Press
Of course
down,
not.
but not
Yeah.
destroy. That kind of thing.
That's true. No, you're 100% right. It's amazing the information we have access to, but what amazes me more on the other side of it is how few people take advantage of it. To be fair, though,
Yeah.
with the Zoomers, this Generation Z, they're calling it, you are starting to see a bit of a shift, though. They still have their
Mhm.
crazy knots going on, but they're kids. But there's a lot of them have kind of gone the other way. We're seeing a lot of Zoomers go quite conservative, and this is the
Yeah, isn't that
problem.
crazy?
Yeah. Well, it's the problem. The pendulum always shifts. It doesn't stay in the middle. It goes either extreme one way or the other. And this is the problem we humans never ever seem to be able to correct. Just stay in the damn middle. But we can't do it. We just shift this way or that way because this is constant panic. And of course, it brings down to the simple fact of the matter is the thing that dominates all humans is not your personal opinion, not your objective truth, but your fear. And there it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Buy Zombieful World of Oz.
There you
Go buy it today.
It's very philosophical in many ways, as you can hear from the discussion.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, I mean, these are the topics of our
And
day.
price
These are
bundles.
things that affect us. You keep
So,
popping in
Chester,
and
do
out
you
on
want
honey.
to
Go
do
ahead.
it?
Go
Do we?
ahead. Yeah, you girls
Yeah.
are popping in and out.
Oh, I'm
Not
sorry.
bunnies.
Is the audio is it the stream or the audio?
It's the audio.
Oh man, what is wrong with this thing?
I don't know. It's like it peaks and then it cuts out. Like if you
Okay.
scream into a mic, it will sometimes just cut out. And you won't hear anything. You guys aren't screaming, but I'm just saying that it's kind of sounds like that.
Maybe if I turn the gains down. I don't know if that'll help. Let's see. There's been something going on with the network. Maybe that's what's going on. It's like
Sounds like a
I
network.
don't yeah, it's so weird. I mean, I have my phone connected to my computer to stream the art onto my computer. It's going through a wired connection, but if I turn off the internet on my phone, everything crashes. Like my computer crashes, the phone crashes, and there's no sound. I can't hear you guys. I can't see the screen displaying. But if I turn the internet back on, then it clicks back into place. And I'm like, what is happening? Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. I don't know what's going on with this thing. Or how I can fix it.
Well, you're doing
That's
fine
okay,
so far.
Chester.
We can
Yeah, no,
still
it
hear
sounds
you.
good this time. Yes, Kima?
Yeah, right now it's
I said just
Maybe-
blame Chester. It'll be all fine.
yeah, and that's the go-to.
Yeah, no, that's fair. That is fair. We are looking at Kima's art here. It's quite good.
Oh, are we?
Yeah.
What's Kima up to? It's amazing,
She's,
I'm sure.
she's got
Oh, that was
Barbarian Dorothy.
very cool.
Yeah.
So nice.
I'm getting echo. Echo.
Off of.
I don't know.
Oh
It just went
no!
away, so it stopped. But
It knew you were watching and it behaved itself.
yeah, that's right. I was paying attention. But now we're getting Schrodinger's cat. What? Don't do that. But philosophy.
That was too funny.
Psychology.
Yesterday, talking about cats. Last night, Liz and I were setting up, working on computers and stuff like that, and our cat Momo was curled up on her lap, and he was just sleeping away. And a neighbor's dog got loose or something, because it was pretty late and dark, but just heard this terrible growling and barking, and just it sounded like a real upset. And I'm like, oh my gosh, what in the world happened? And Momo woke up, and he jumped off of the table and got in front of us and started growling like a dog. And I'm kind of like, oh, I didn't know he could imitate a dog growl so well, but he was getting ready to take whatever that was to task. I'm like, that's a good little kitty cat wanting to keep us safe. But I'm like, whoa, I've heard birds, like cats will make bird noises, but I didn't know he can make dog noises. That was new.
They're ninjas.
They really
That's
are.
probably it.
My dog doesn't care for the cats.
No?
No,
Uh-oh.
he needs to be restrained.
Uh-oh. He doesn't have any kitty friends in the neighborhood?
No, there's plenty of mountain cats around, but he doesn't care for them.
Nope, I don't imagine. Oh dear. Have you ever had cats?
Yeah, I grew up with them. My mother loved cats.
Oh.
So the funny thing was in the house, though, we was always a few cats. My mother always kept them, but the only lap that the cats would sit in would be my father's or mine. Not my mom, my sister, or my brother. They wouldn't go anywhere near them, but they'd jump up on my father and I all the time. Now, of course, my mother could pick it up and force it to be, but of their own free will, their own fruition, they did. They just me and my dad, so I don't know. I imagine that it irked my mother. But then again, it didn't take much to irk my mother.
Oh dear. Did you like the cats, or did you pretty much just ignore them? Did your dad like them?
I think my dad and I just was whatever. They're there, which is probably why they came and jumped on our lap, because we were indifferent.
Yeah, that seems to be what they like. It's weird, but ignoring them is like friendly behavior. If your cat ignoring a cat is friendly.
Right.
Doesn't make a lot of sense. But
yeah, dogs are needy.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
dogs love everybody.
Good.
I suppose.
Yeah.
But I bought. I released funds for the dog. I had very little in buying it, but because these things are expensive over here. It's not like over there, right? You can only buy purebreds in Japan, and they're very strict about animal purchasing and stuff. So you're spending a couple of grand on any pet you get here, right?
They don't have like humane societies to adopt strays?
Officially, no.
Oh my goodness.
Yes. Now we know there are people who would go and go to these pet stores and buy these things for like $1 or something like that, like a ridiculously low amount of money, and then they just simply disappear. But it's technically illegal. Yes, you're not allowed to euthanize animals here in that way, but that happens every day. But it's just the industry here is you can only buy purebreds. I mean, my dog has papers, literally.
Oh wow.
Right, and not that I care. I'd be just happy to go get some
No,
mutt.
of course not.
But
Show me your dog's papers, please.
well, mine.
That's what I was thinking.
Dude, that's the perfect accent, because my dog is German. Yes.
Is he a schnauzer?
Yes, he is. And the thing is, his parentage is from Germany. He's literally a Schnauzer from Germany.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
How's he doing?
He's not doing well. He has very, very, very bad days and then okay days. But he's hanging in there. But
That's what happened to mine. She passed away 3 weeks ago now, I think.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Yeah, it got real bad. I mean, it was like all of a sudden she was 12 and it just kind of like hit her.
Yeah,
on.
Yeah,
that's what happened.
that's probably what's
day,
gonna happen with my dog too.
Yeah.
He's 13 now, and his back legs are giving out. So we're
Oh,
just
yeah.
kind of waiting for it to be like, well,
Yep.
he can't walk anymore.
Yeah, no, that's what's happened with ours. Ours is 15, but is a bit of a bigger dog. But anyway, the point being is the dog was purchased originally uh, for um, for the kids, to have a pet
Sure.
around at that right age when they were around 10, and it worked out really well. It was very, it's a useful tool for a parent, right, to have a pet. But the problem is.
True.
Of course, the kids love the dog, but my wife has become extremely attached to it.
Oh dear.
Oh yeah, and
yes.
that's what you said. Were telling us before that
Yeah.
she hasn't had a pet before, and so she
No.
hasn't
No.
experienced loss of a pet.
No.
It's gonna be rough.
Yeah, it was like a week ago. Because she takes him out and tries to get him to walk around a little bit, and so he can, do his business outside. Of course, she's got diapers on him now, but nevertheless, took him out and he had a seizure, right? So,
Oh, that's
uh,
rough.
it is, and I'm sitting in here working on the computer, right? I'm just doing my translation. I was doing something, and she come running, screaming in the house. I thought there was a meteor about to hit us, right? And of course he was completely slumped out in her arms, his tongue's out of his mouth. I thought he had died, but she was just in this incredible panic. So I took him and I put him down, and just to see if if he was alive, which he was, and then I had to calm her down. Yeah, so joys.
Dogs do be getting old.
They do, we all do. And of course we just had her uncle pass away, and he was yeah, well, he was super old, but he was one of those people though that was super gentle and kind always. I mean, always.
Nice.
He's never raised his voice type of guy. He's a really nice fellow. And that hit the family kind of hard, even though it's been coming for a while. So we just had that, and then you have this on top of it, and of course her parents are not young.
Yeah.
I mean, they're both in their
It's-
80s.
It's a lot to take in all at once, I'm sure.
Well,
thing.
yeah, for her, yeah.
Well-
I've never gotten emotional about things like that. I don't know, but I've been told I'm a sociopath, so go figure.
Jester has no heart.
No.
I mean,
I'm utterly shocked.
but I mean, when you're around pets your whole life, like my family has had dogs and ferrets, and whatever. Like name an animal. My uncle's a vet. We've had a pet of it, and so animals just come and go in our lives, and we understand that. Like it's sad for a little while, but it's just like, oh yeah, like unfortunately my dog died.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, I remember we had a cow. Well, my grandparents had a cow, and they had a whole bunch of animals, but they only kept like a cow for milking. But after like what, 3 years, 4, 5, what is it? I can't remember. There's like a time frame with like chickens is like 2 years, and then you slaughter them all and get new ones. But the cow it was at its time where they needed to get rid of the cow and bring in a new cow, which they did. But of course, I had been, my grandmother milked it, but I'd go and I kind of, brush it down and do all those kind of chores when I was a kid. And then when it came to slaughter it, of course my grandpa and uncles brought me in because they wanted me to see this is how you do. And I was 8. No.
Oh gosh, no.
6. I was 6.
Oh no.
Yeah. So that was interesting.
No.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
But I've actually hunted a lot. Many a deer. And one of the thing is you weren't allowed to carry the gun until you were 12 in my family anyway. But they would take us hunting before that. And of course, when we get back, the kids are the ones that have to do a lot of they have us do a lot of the cleaning so that we get used to it, right?
Oh, that's their excuse.
Well, no, it's very practical. The thing is, you could take me and you could throw me on the mountain, and I will survive. No, seriously.
Okay, Hank.
Well, no, I mean, I will though. I wouldn't like it. It would suck balls.
It wouldn't be fun.
But I could.
It would
and
be
I
like
come
my
from,
side of the mountain.
Well, I'm just saying, there you go. But no, I come from a generation, Boy Scouts and all that kind of stuff, where you're expected to be able to deal with situations. You're trained to do that. It's not about joy and enjoyment. It's simply about practicality, and that in the past, I don't know, 3, 4 decades, that seems to have melted away. And
Mhm.
it's not a good thing. I mean, Eric, if I threw you in the mountain, could you survive?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean that's our generation. We were taught to do things simply because you should know these things. Little things like just triangulating your position. How many kids these days can do that?
I remember hearing a story that there's some kids like Aboriginal kids that if they can like from the time they're like really little, they teach their kids which direction north is. And I
Yep.
think like even the greetings have which way is north. So they can be in a room inside a house and say which way is north, and they'll just
Sure.
be like, and they're right. Like
And of course.
that's kind of
No,
cool.
I know exactly where my position is at all times. Yeah.
Oh, neat.
Yeah, and I imagine there's my generation and younger certainly can do that. I just don't know when things fell down. I mean, it was probably during our generation, Eric, is when it started. I bet.
I believe it was because our generation was raised with
I mean,
two sets of parents. I mean, you had the hippies and you had the
That's true. That is true.
what's the other ones? The actual boomers.
Yeah, the boomers. Yeah,
So,
I'm a
so
boomer.
our generation,
Yuppies.
Well, the
our
hippies
generation kind
became
of got,
hippies.
our generation kind of got split up. How
mm,
they were raised, and that's when everything started to go sideways, and you had the more traditional, and then it split up. So,
Yeah,
I think that's where it went wrong. Yeah, right in there.
yeah, and I agree. The boomers certainly would have played into it because they were too soft. To be fair, a lot of them. But yeah, no, I imagine it started with us. But I grew up with a type of family that did hunting and fishing, and they're all artisans of one kind or another, right? They're just practical people, and that's how you were raised. And I imagine there's a huge chunk of our generation that are that way. And it just seems to has gone down to a point that they don't even have PE in school anymore.
I
I
mean,
mean,
they
huh?
kind of got rid of art and music. I kind
Yeah,
of
they
feel like
did.
that's fair. If you're not going to have art and music, why should you have sports?
No, they should
Music and
have
art.
all of it. They're all important.
Yes, they should.
But I mean, it's just
Oh,
gotten out of control, and it's this kind like
yeah.
Adrian hits. I think it was Adrian said it earlier, or at some other time that it's all this. No, maybe it was Andrew, but it was this incredible push for everyone to go to university and become a doctor, and it's like, well,
Yeah,
dude,
I did talk
Yeah.
about that actually.
yeah, I mean, in reality, what you should be doing is going getting a trade, right?
My son
It sounds
actually went into HVAC to repair air conditioning.
There you go.
fantastic.
That's what you should do.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
Mhm.
He's doing really good for himself.
yeah.
Oh,
I never knew that would happen.
that's a great.
Yeah, well, see, the thing is, university is we don't use the terminology for some reason, but university is just another type of trade school. In reality, it's a
Right.
trade school for
It should be.
doctors and lawyers and
Yeah, for
engineers,
business.
science or business. Right, right.
Mm-hmm.
It's a trade school, right? But what has happened to the university is they have added in so many of these. I don't know what should I call it, humanities, I guess, that
Yes.
have no practical application, right?
Right.
If you go and you study to be a literature professor, okay, there's some value for that. But that's not what they're studying anymore. What they're studying is the how bad literature is and how we need to get rid of it. It's like, huh?
How are you going to make a living off of that?
Right. And it's
Let's
become
get rid of books.
it's become worse and worse, and you're getting less and less people, particularly young boys, going into university to be engineers or to be scientists or something like that because they feel
For
completely alienated.
Egyptologists.
Well,
Yeah,
right. I mean,
all those Egyptologists.
yeah, but I mean, even that it is science, right? I mean, to study anthropology, I focus more on philology and linguistics, but I had to, as a point of necessity, I have a well understanding of anatomy, botany, odontology, geology, etc. I studied many sciences to do anthropology, right? So I mean, even something like that, which is considered, my degree is in the arts, right? It's not a science degree, although I studied a lot of science.
Sure. I mean, if you want to be a good artist, you kind of have to know how a lot of things work if
That's
you're going to
true.
be good.
That is true. You guys
Well,
studied
yeah. I
anatomy, I'm
mean,
sure.
yeah. I mean, my degree is actually a science degree, even though I have an art degree. I have a Bachelor of Science in computer animation.
Oh, well, there you go.
Oh, there you
Yeah,
go.
So
computer
mine's the
control.
mine's the opposite of that.
Yeah, yeah. But I mean, but I'm just saying that you probably don't. Everyone doesn't need to be going to university, especially because
No.
I like, for instance, there's politics involved as well. But I saw this lady the other day. I don't know. I've never heard of her before, but she's somehow this prominent anthropologist I've never heard of, which is weird,
Mhm.
seeing as it is my field. But
Right.
she did a whole thing on talking about how awful men just are from the beginning of time and how we need to get rid of them. A prominent anthropologist, and of
Oh
course,
my goodness.
because I don't think she's very prominent. I think she's just being politically
No.
portrayed as one. But the simple reality is, if you do what she and many of the other ones are suggesting, we would still be living in the frickin' cave. That's the
You can't
reality of
get rid
it.
of half of the world's population and expect everything to be hunky dory. That
Well,
doesn't
especially that
work.
men's role in his
Yeah.
traditional role is the construction and maintenance of infrastructure. Women's role
Sure.
in general is the construction and maintenance of the social structure, right?
Yeah. I
Interesting
mean,
replaying here.
don't forget the main one of the main roles of
Oops.
the male is the protector as well. So then,
Oh
like,
yeah, we're
what
the one
happens
that's
when you get
standing in
rid of
front
the
of the
protection?
tiger. That's true.
Yeah,
No. I understand that as well. Of course, but I'm just saying that.
but that's toxic masculinity nowadays.
Well,
That's
yeah,
that's
but
that's a toxic
yeah.
toxic trait. You can't be more powerful than this other person. That would
Well,
be a shame.
that's true, I suppose, but we'll take the toxicity and say that at a worst case scenario, it's symbiotic. Hmm. But
And
I
the
just
other
couldn't
thing
believe
with
what she was saying. I was like, "You're actually accredited? What?"
Yeah.
Well, the other thing with schools too is they won't allow you to actually take classes that you want because they make you have to have a minor in those areas as well.
That's
So, like if you want to take a major in certain area, but you're interested in, like, I don't know, say mechanics, because that's like what I was interested in trying out. They won't let you do that unless you're willing to make it a minor because they make more money that way. It's all a money racket. School is.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's just,
Yeah.
I
Well,
tried. I tried to explain to my sister-in-law the intricacies of how the government got involved in schools and why it's so expensive.
Exactly.
And she was just like, "Oh, you and another one of your government conspiracy theories." I was like, "It's literally
Yeah,
happening. It's
conspiracy.
actually happening."
right.
I
Like
know.
president?
Well,
oh gosh.
the thing is interesting. When I went to Brown, so I mean it's a little bit different. But this is the '80s, right? And I spent $40,000 a year to go to Brown,
Yee.
right? And
Mhm.
the colleges, even like a normal little state college these days, are basically saying, "Hold my beer." I mean, it's
Right.
because when I went to university, that was insane costs, 40 grand a year. But now that's
Yeah.
like nothing, right?
That's
Yeah.
ridiculous.
Well, I mean, and the biggest factor to that is because the government got involved with loans, because in private bank loans you can go into bankruptcy, but if you get a federal loan you cannot declare bankruptcy on a federal loan, which means the schools can raise their prices while locking kids into federal loans that they have to pay back,
Mm.
which means that no
Yes.
matter how high the tuition is they have to pay it back.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I didn't have any loans.
That's
No,
Took
but
me
that's what I'm saying is
25
now
years to pay it back.
that's what I'm
No,
saying
it's
is like
30. Like 30.
yeah
Wow.
Yeah.
is now
Yeah.
you can now the reason why tuition keeps going up is not because of a practical point in school costs. It's because they lock students into a thing that they have to pay back, and they're basically keeping them prisoner.
Yeah, no, I understand
So
the argument of
slavery.
Slavery.
the Pell
That's
Grants and
slavery.
things like that. Yeah. Yeah, no, well,
Yeah.
what's new? The whole world is built on that. But unfortunately, I didn't have to worry about that. I didn't have any loans or any debt whatsoever. So, good
That's
for me, I
good.
guess.
Yep. You gotta feel, and if they're teaching anything like finances in school, then kids might have that figured out before they go into college and realize what they're walking into.
Which is why they don't teach that.
Which is why they don't teach it.
Economics, yeah. Because I actually hear that kids in Japan aren't taught about economics either.
Really?
Yeah, and it's weird.
Hmm.
I don't understand that. It's such an important thing. Simply just teaching a kid how to balance a checkbook. I mean, I'm
Yeah.
assuming Eric and Jeff, you guys remember your economics class where they taught you what a checkbook was and bank accounts, and I had those classes. I'm assuming you did.
No,
We
I didn't. But my mom showed me, but I sucked at it. So my wife does it.
We had a checkbook in school that we made up. This was this was grade school.
Oh, yeah.
Fifth grade. It was before junior high, so we had a
wow.
checkbook we made in class with like a construction paper cover,
Aw.
and we had checks in there, and we had to balance it and everything. We had to know all that.
Yeah, no, that's true. That's what I mean. We used to teach that, but they don't teach it anymore.
Nope.
Just basic economics, and of course, a lot of things they don't seem to be teaching anymore. I mean, so many people don't seem to understand anything about.
That's because you got to find out how many genders there are in Manchester. That's more important.
I suppose, but simple little question, like Johan here. Johan is in a different culture and a different environment, right? So Johan, if I were to ask you a simple little geography question, I'm just curious if you would know. Name one country that sits on the Caspian Sea.
Greece?
No.
Is it Greece?
No.
I
it
don't
isn't.
know. I don't know.
Anybody? Can anyone here name one country that sits on the Caspian Sea?
You're not my real dad. I don't have to answer.
Jesus,
You're asking a
dude.
drunk person.
All right, fine. Then I guess that
Turkey? No.
Well, Azerbaijan, anybody?
Can you
Turkmenistan?
do like a bigger? Can you do a bigger body of water? Like
Okay,
the
the
Atlantic or
Mediterranean. The Mediterranean. Johan, name a country that sits on the Mediterranean.
Say Greece again.
Say Greece again. Yes.
Ukraine.
Turkey.
And see, that's Russia, right?
That's good. Turkey's right.
So I've gone down the wrong avenue of thinking here. I do apologize.
Egypt.
Part of Russia.
Egypt's on the Mediterranean Sea.
Is connected to Russia, isn't it?
Oh,
Well, the Black Sea is, yes.
You can't say that.
Like, why?
Oh.
Why?
No, I
Why
think the
can't
Caspian.
say Russia.
explain this to me, please?
I
Kima,
think
you're not
the
displaying, by the way.
Hmm?
You're not
anybody
displaying.
know Bali is part of Indonesia?
Yes, I do.
Yes.
Yes, but I've already disqualified myself. So
I think Russia is connected to the Caspian Sea.
Russia most certainly is. Yeah, of course.
It's almost right in the middle of Russia. Well, lower Russia.
Well, true Russia. Just use that word.
Okay.
Yeah.
True Russia.
Goodness gracious. Anybody
Can't
know
pronounce these countries.
Okay.
Well, dude, one of my favorite places on Earth is a little country called Estonia. Anyone know where that is?
Oh, oh God.
I know a musician from there.
Cool. Like personally?
It's one of the Baltic states.
No,
isn't it?
it's a song. It's a song that says "I come from Estonia."
Oh, okay.
Estonia is an absolutely stunningly gorgeous place. My goodness, is it beautiful?
Would not know.
So beautiful. Nature
Never
wise,
traveled there.
castles everywhere. The people are just illegally beautiful.
So you think about
it borders
trading-
Latvia, right?
It does.
So you're thinking
Lithuania,
about
Finland?
So you thinking about trading Malta for Estonia?
I would love to buy some property in Estonia. I don't know that I'd be allowed to.
No, I was talking the whole country.
Oh yeah, well, there's only like
You're
only
thinking too small,
1.3, I
Chester.
think 1.3 million people live in Estonia, so
You have to
You
worry
could-
about invasion from the Russia, but whatever.
nah, you don't.
Since it's north of Latvia, you could buy it, turn it into Latveria, and you can be Dr. Doom.
I could. This is true.
There you
This
go.
is true. But it is a beautiful
Think
country,
about
though.
that.
I mean, if you ever have a moment, just go take a look at some imagery of the of Estonia. It's
If you ever have a
ridiculous.
moment, just go to Estonia.
Yeah, just
I'm going
go.
to go get some coffee.
Just
Just a
Chester.
quick,
I'll be back.
just a quick trip.
Yeah.
Just a quick one.
No, and it's a good, kind of standard conservative culture as well. So
Oh.
they have that going on for them as well. But I don't know what it is because they're far enough north that they certainly get plenty of coldness, but they're not Finland, who's above them. But
Oh, okay.
so that their summers
Or Finland
and
is.
early fall, of course, it's I don't know what it is. It's just fairy tale land,
Wow,
Estonia, right?
awesome.
Yeah, it is, and I'm glad that they're
So,
because they've had a lot of bad things happen to them over the years.
yeah. Were you on there speaking at one of your lectures or something? Or did you
No.
just tour Europe?
No, I wasn't on a lecture. I was just doing other things.
This
But
is vacations.
yeah. Although I will be somewhat near them soonish, and I might take an opportunity to jump up there. Last time I was in Europe, I took a side trip over to Copenhagen in Denmark, and this time I think I might jump into Estonia for a week.
Cool, man.
Yeah,
Nice. I mean, you're there. Why not?
yeah. And it's
See if
also
there's a
well. What do
see
you
if
say?
there's some place to park your yacht. See if there's some place you can park your yacht.
I could if I went
That
up
might be
around through the Baltic Sea. I could actually.
The Caspian Sea. Yeah.
There
No,
you go.
that
Yeah,
would be
yeah, the Caspian
landlocked.
Sea.
Yeah,
Landlocked.
That's what Chester said. I remember.
Yes.
that's what he said. We're gonna all do that.
Goodness gracious. But Batu is another
Caspian
place
is
on my list, though. I definitely want to go to Azerbaijan. That's another beautiful place.
Oh,
The food there is amazing.
Ooh.
What kind of food are we talking about?
Well, I mean, the Turkic cuisine is kind of influencing everything you eat anyway these days. You're just not aware of it. But
Especially Turkey.
yeah, especially Turkey. But it's the same cuisine. Kebabs and lots of grilled meats, and it's just one of those famous places
Yeah,
for food.
I like
Lebanon,
that stuff.
Istanbul or Constantinople,
Oh yeah, Lebanese
Batu,
food is great.
right? Yeah.
We have a really good
Oh,
Lebanese restaurant in my area that we've
Oh,
been eating at quite a bit when we go out.
oh, Lebanon's amazing. I'm definitely going to go to
Yeah.
Lebanon because honestly, Lebanon is very friendly and welcoming to everybody. There's Christians and Muslims and all kind of stuff. I'd say the only thing don't be
Depends who you
is
talk to,
Jewish.
because I know some
Don't be a Jew.
Lebanese that would say
Don't be Jewish.
Don't be Jewish. Yeah, but other than that, you're good. No, it is. Lebanon is it has this bad image, but Lebanon, any of you here could go visit Lebanon and have a great time.
Unless you're Jewish.
And yeah, don't do that. Yeah, don't do that.
or you're Lebanese that doesn't agree with the government. Don't do that either.
Boop-a-doop-a-doop-a-doop-boop. Boop-a-doop-a-doop-a-doop.
But then
Well,
again,
that's
I don't
nice.
know if I'm allowed to make these statements, but the current residents of Israel are actually Khazars. They're not actually from that region. Am I allowed to say that?
I don't
They're
know. Are you?
Yeah, I don't know. They were up around the Caspian and Black Sea as well, and there are people whose king converted them over to Judaism, by law. And all of these, the European, of course, their empire was destroyed, but they all kind of diffused themselves into Europe. And all these people that today you're calling that during that whole horrible thing that happened in Germany and Poland and all that kind of stuff, those are all Khazar Jews. They're not actual Hebrews,
Mm.
right? They're
Which, yeah.
Europeans. They're not from that region. They're not the original, tribe of Judah.
Well, yeah, I was just about to say that's not really. You can't just make people. You can't just do that because you can only be culturally Jewish if it comes down from the mother. So you can, now this guy is just like, hey, everybody's Jewish now.
Yeah, that's what they did. But then again, the Scandinavians were forcibly made Christian, as were many of the Britons and other groups. So it's not like we haven't seen it happen before. And you wouldn't go
Sure.
to you wouldn't go to England and say they're not Christians because they are, right? They've been that way for a long time, and so have the Khazars. But I mean, I'm just saying that technically, because there's a difference between a faith-based culture and an ethnic culture, right? Is what I'm saying, and I'm just these people are not ethnically Hebrew, right? Unless
Right.
you want to say they're one of the lost tribes, which that's a different conversation. But then again, I don't. It's another one of those things they talk about lost tribes. They keep saying lost tribes, like other things. They're not lost. We know exactly where they were. We've been told over and over where they are. Alexander went and met with them. Okay,
Yeah.
whatever.
So that's hard to define as lost.
Well,
Exactly.
they're over here in Asia is where they are. At least as far as the histories and Alexander particularly. I don't know if you guys have read the journals and journeys of Alexander, but that guy got around. He went to a bunch of
Every
Oh
night
places.
yeah.
before bed.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
I once made a
I'll be right back.
educational comic about Alexander.
What do you say?
Actually, I made a educational comic about Alexander
Oh, cool.
once.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was he
Oh,
gay?
He's going places. Yes.
I mean, a lot of those militarily were, but he had many, many, many wives.
Yeah, I asked because I watched a video recently about why he wasn't. So,
Why he wasn't
and
what?
that's a myth. Why he wasn't gay? It was a myth. That's a myth that they made up.
Yeah, no. He had a lot of wives, lots of women's. Yeah, I don't know where that would come from. But then again, I saw them talking about things like Aristotle and stuff. And I was like, what? You do realize the
Yeah.
Greeks were pretty conservative culture, right?
Oh
It's
no,
it's
they were way into to alternative lifestyles that we would call alternative lifestyles.
is that right? Yeah, no, that's Hollywood.
Oh yeah, yeah.
That's
According
Hollywood.
to our historians.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's Hollywood. Yeah, that's not real. I'm sure there were certain people, and there were certain things like Solon. I've heard this kind of picked on a lot. Solon is one of the first great archon of the Hellenic League, right? And he pushed very hard and successfully so in legalizing prostitution. And I've seen many historians point to this as being a deviance. But of course, if you go actually read why Solon wanted to do that, it was far more practical, right? But et cetera, et cetera. And of course, then we get a lot of nonsense about the Romans as well. And there was some crazy ass noble kids, like say Caligula, but the Romans were even more conservative than the Greeks were. But yet, if you go watch any Roman movie, there's nothing but it's just a orgy land. What? They were very conservative. I saw a movie
Yeah,
that
well, that was more closer to the fall of their empires.
Well, it did get
Necessarily.
bad in the end. That's true, and that's why the Germans came in and stomped them. But the thing, I saw a movie, and it was during Nero's time, I think it was, and they were having these gladiatory games, and they were trying to show the frenzied hysteria of the crowd watching these blood sports. And it had all these people in the crowd jumping up down in an absolute ridiculous clothing, just basically a sack, and the ladies' boobies were all popped out and bouncing around. And I'm like, you would be arrested instantly in Rome if you did something like that. Instantly.
Yeah, I know.
What movie is that? You?
What was that,
No, a
Johan?
lot of people.
No. Is it Is it a new movie?
I don't know. It was some years back, but I was just
Okay.
dumb. Yeah, they don't. Hollywood
Yeah,
does
a lot
not
of
get Rome
people.
right at all.
A lot of people think things about Rome that actually just is complete fabricated
Yeah,
crap.
no, it is. Yeah, it's Hollywood.
Yeah.
It's Hollywood nonsense. And I get it. They're just telling stories. I get the idea. It's not necessarily political or propaganda. Not necessarily. It's just they're telling stories, but it's not accurate. I don't think I've ever
Right.
seen anything accurate about Rome, to be honest with you.
They're just
I
making
don't know.
stuff up.
Gladiator was.
Well, haven't
was
you
pretty
seen
good.
that female historian that said Rome doesn't exist? It never existed.
Oh, that silly girl. Yeah, I saw her.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, yeah. I understand where it's coming. It's coming out of the
that's
Tartarian
why they
people.
can't get it right because it never existed, Chester.
Yeah, no, that's probably true. But that's coming out of the Tartarians, conspiracy theory people, is where she's getting that from. And the thing is, it's just another conspiracy theory that has there's plenty of true kernels of truth in there, but they're just kind of, not getting it accurately. And
Well,
that's
speaking of the Tartarians, where did they go?
Well, they didn't go anywhere. They're still there. Once again, I just mentioned Alexander. If you go read his journals or his travels, he met with several Tartarian kings, calling them that. Matter of fact, I think there were 40 during his time. There were 47 kings that were ruled over by another, so 48 total. It was of that empire. The Tartarians were real. I don't know where all this modern nonsense is. When I was a kid, we studied them in history class. And what happened?
Yeah, no, I know. There's historical documents all over the place about them. But
Yeah, no, it's just the merging of the Byzantine Empire and the Mongolian revolution or coup d'état, I guess you could call it. That's all it is. And they were powerful, wickedly powerful for a long time. But a couple hundred years ago, Krakatoa popped off down here in Indonesia, and they were already long in the tooth, and their power was stretched, and it just collapsed. I mean, there it is.
Well,
There's your mystery,
The-
Tartarians. It's not a big mystery. Yeah. And they
Oh,
keep
it's
going on about
related with Krakatoa.
it is, yeah, it is.
Wow.
Because they keep going to mud flood, mud flood. What are these mud floods? Well, yes, the reason why we don't have much recording of it is because the Earth fell to shit a couple hundred years ago, and that's why we don't have history on it. And it wasn't mud flooding; it was mud rain.
I love the mud flood conspiracy theories. Those are so fun to listen to.
Yeah, no, true, and they're right. There is truth there, of
listen
course,
to those
but
too
it
much.
wasn't some weird muddy flooding thing come. I don't know what the hell that would. Where would that come from?
But like they're talking about it like it happened like 100 years ago,
No, it's
not
called 200
not
years
that
ago.
long
200
ago.
years ago, yeah.
No, they act like it happened like 100 years ago.
No. I think about by 100 years ago, things were probably starting to get back on the square, and that's where they're probably getting a bit confused. But no, when Krakatoa went off, it caused trouble worldwide. Worldwide, it collapsed the
Yeah,
Tartarian Empire,
that
which they probably
logically
didn't
makes a lot of sense. That
yeah,
it
it
would
wasn't very
cause
nice.
Yeah, it collapsed that empire, the Byzantine Empire, right? They were already in death
right.
throes anyway. And
Made
that
it
thing went
happen
off
better.
for people don't understand. Krakatoa didn't go off like for a day or two. That thing was erupting for months and months and months, and it popped
Oh,
off
Yeah,
several times after that as well, years, over years, right? And the amount
right.
of fallout that came out of that volcano got up in the jet stream and ended up falling all over the place. Europe got absolutely inundated, and you literally have mud raining out of the sky on you. And that's why we lost,
Yeah.
several meters of street. Some places went dug it out. Some places just said screw it, build a new door, and on we go. But that's the
Well,
reality. It's not a mystery, is my point.
Oddly enough, it's the same time that Taco Bell was invented.
That's
Weird
right.
how
That's,
that happens.
that's true. Yeah.
Mhm.
But you see what I mean, though. A lot of people are always looking for these mysteries, and it's not really a mystery, dude. It's not
no,
that
not
hard,
really. I mean,
But now
Okay,
I kind of want
next.
Taco Bell.
Mm,
yeah, thanks a lot.
I have not had
Watching
Taco
an
Bell in like
exploding, watching
25
an
years.
exploding volcano.
Nachos Grande.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's more.
I would love to explode like that volcano.
The Taco Bell Mud Volcano.
There you go. There you go. Yeah.
You just Krakatoa your taste buds.
Yeah.
AKA night in the restroom.
But it
In
also
refried bean and Dorito flavor.
Yeah, there you go.
No idea.
But it also precipitated the absolute boom in America, right? Because you had just
Sure.
literally millions of Europeans escaping that and coming into the Americas. The Americas got some of that fallout too, but it was nowhere near as bad as Europe. If for some reason, with I don't know the weather or the jet stream, whatever, it just really hit Europe hard. But millions of migrants flooding into America, and that's why we had that big boom. But the Tartarian guys, they see that as where's these mysterious children grown in vats? It's like, no, dude. Why were there so many
I haven't
orphans?
heard the
Because
grown
there
in
were a lot of
vats thing.
orphans, huh?
Oh.
I haven't heard the grown in vats thing. I just know like there's like because I just discovered this whole Tartarian conspiracy thing.
Hmm.
They're talking about how they were giants and stuff like that.
Well, I mean, we know they
Kingdom of
were.
Giants.
I mean,
Well, yeah,
anthropology
I know that,
acknowledges
but I'm
two of them.
saying like they were saying that the Tartar kingdom was the kingdom of giants, Tartarians,
The
whatever you want to call
Tartarians.
it. Yeah,
I don't know why. I guess
I don't even.
some of the interactions there they were considered bigger, but then again, the Tartarians, the Turks, the Byzantines were Scythians, right? And they are
Right,
Yeah.
what you would call Scandinavians today, so they're big people.
right,
Yeah. Am
yeah.
I a giant?
In Japan?
Yeah,
Yeah.
in Japan. So I mean, it's just all about
Yeah.
perspective, right? So
Mhm.
Sure.
but there have been anthropologically there are giants in our past. You had the Denisovans, which were good 2.5 to 3 meters tall. Homo gigantes is similar size. So we've had giant humans. I mean, if you want to consider 3 meters to be a
Yeah, yeah,
giant,
sure. I mean,
and we
but
know
as
some of
far
them
as like,
survived.
Yeah.
I mean, we have a place down here in the down there in South America called Patagonia. Do you know what that means?
Land of
I
Giants.
love
Land of the giant
Homogonians.
feet.
Oh.
Yeah,
Giant. So that's where Bigfoot comes from.
I
Or
suppose.
Summers.
But there's all
where
kind of
flat footage just
documentation
come
from
from.
Europeans getting down in there, and the people down there were like 2.5, 3 meters tall. And
Is that like 9 feet?
what do you say?
Is that like 9 feet tall? 8
On
feet
the
tall.
very top end, yeah. But you're looking at a lot of 7, near 8 foot people, yeah.
Oh.
But then again, Smithsonian's sitting on thousands of skeletons of these people, right?
Oh.
That's just conspiracy.
No, it's not. Call them up and ask. They'll say, "Oh, yeah, we don't know where we put them." They won't say it's not real.
No,
They just don't know where they
know,
are.
I
You
know.
call them up. You can test it.
I know.
Yeah.
I don't. I know. I've done the research. I'm just joking.
Well, I'm just saying I don't understand why it's so conspiracy mystery anyway, because anthropology already acknowledges, oh yeah, they existed. There's no one in anthropology telling you they're not real. So I don't understand the conspiracy is my point.
Well, the general public doesn't believe it.
Oh, well, why? The general public is religious, and all of your religious books talk about giants.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep, I know.
I mean, it kind of seems like because there are people who are 7 feet tall, like now, that aren't
Sure.
like that don't have like any kind of gigantic disease or anything like that. But if you had people like everybody was that tall, and then you had people who did have like a gigantic mutation, they might end up being very, very tall.
Yeah, sure. And it can, and if you have a large group of them, of course you're going to get simply a lineage of it, right? But I mean, my point is, a lot of these conspiracy theories are not actually conspiracies or mysteries, but they're
Or
fun though.
theories.
I do
Yeah.
well, some of them are still theories, but I mean, but they are fun though. I don't want to knock on it because I love conspiracy theories. They're great fun.
I love conspiracy
Yeah, they're
theories.
fun. Yeah, it's
They're
enjoyable. But they're not.
I think
They're
that's
a
just
lot
when
of times
people.
they're not really a big mystery.
Yeah. You just read something and go, hey, wouldn't it be funny if this, or wouldn't it be exciting if that? And then you just kind of build up a story and go, yeah, that's really cool. I'm going to make a comic about that.
Yeah, there you go.
And
There you go. Well,
there you go.
a lot of these guys, I watch a bunch of it because I find it very. Mostly, I like the old photographs from like 1850s, 1860s. That's awesome. But
Oh, yeah.
one of the things that I think they get a little bit wrong is they love to focus in America, and it's probably because most of them are in America,
Sure.
and that's fine. And there, we know if you go read some of the early settlers journals and documents we have, they talk about foundations and ruins and buildings and stuff. There clearly was somebody there doing something. But when the Europeans came over, that culture was in it had just survived the cataclysm, and something had happened. They were in bad shape.
Okay.
If you go down Mexico or south, they were kingdoms and roads and systems and libraries. They were advanced, but North Americans had fallen down somehow. We don't know exactly why.
Yeah, there was some kind of cataclysmic event that
Something,
happened or
yeah,
something.
something
Sure.
happened. But when the settlers came over and the industrialists came over, they found buildings all over the place. But of course, the American government, Canadian government, can't acknowledge that because it's an ownership issue. So they're not going to acknowledge it. They're going to wipe out the evidence. Of course they are, but that's a greed thing. The real, if
Yeah.
you really want to get into this whole Tartarian thing, you need to concentrate on Europe because that's where you're going to find the more
Yeah.
interesting things.
Well, it's like the mounds, right? Like how many mounds have been destroyed over centuries during
Sure.
in the United States? There used to be like thousands upon thousands of them.
Yeah. No, it's systematic.
And the Native Americans claimed them for years, but many of them have come out and said, "Well, that was a lie. We were just trying to own land."
Yeah, no, it's definitely systematic. If you find anything interesting on your land, the Smithsonian will show up and take it from you, and you'll have no say in the matter. Yeah, no, okay, they've been doing this
Tons
for
of history on that.
200 years, huh?
Tons of history on that.
Yeah, no, that's what they do. They just
Well,
shut you down.
I grew up very. I have a fascination with the mounds and the history behind them because I grew up close to a mound.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
Have you been to the Cahokia Mounds?
I've never been to those, but the one I grew up near when I lived in southern Ohio was the Serpent Mound.
Yeah, no,
Most
that's
of them
cool.
are
That's a
gone,
nice one.
but
Yeah.
we have Monk's Mound, which is it's a
Yep,
long
I've
walk
heard
to
of
the
that one.
top of that one. Good grief, where you at?
Yeah,
Well, one of the coolest
yeah.
mounds in
No,
the world is in
some of them
Ireland,
are
and it's called
huge.
the Tomb of Mab. The thing's a
Yeah,
freaking pyramid.
yeah, yeah. Well, that's like there's one in the United States that was like bigger than the pyramids of Egypt.
Sure. Yeah. Well, I mean, like I'm saying, but the American one I get because it's about greed and power. The
Oh,
government
sure.
can't allow that
Always has
because
been.
they need to state ownership. No. We showed up here. They were nothing but a bunch of animal savages. We built everything. We did everything. They have to say that.
Right,
They have no choice in the matter, right?
right,
So
right.
this is not a conspiracy. It's kind of obvious, right?
Yeah, but there's a lot of people that think it is conspiracy. Is what I'm getting at.
Well, it is a
I
conspiracy, but
know.
it's not
I've
a
met the
conspiracy
people.
theory. It's a actual conspiracy.
No. I'm saying there's a lot of people that think it's hogwash and it's not real
What?
kind of
What's not real?
conspiracy.
What part of it?
That the giants never existed. Trust me, I've met these people. I've been in college and argued with these people on multiple levels.
Well, the Americas were covered with giant, well, once again, what do you mean by giant? 2 meter plus redheaded peoples. They were just
Yeah,
all over the place, dude.
I'm talking taller. I'm talking like Goliath size
Yeah, well,
deals.
Goliath was like 2.5 meters.
He was
Yeah.
9 feet tall. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's not, but whatever. I don't. I want to stop bashing them because I do love conspiracies. They're great fun. So
And
Man,
you need to
should-
watch the
you
Y
should-
Files.
the Y files.
Yeah.
What's that?
I sent you a link to their channel.
They're an interesting channel, that's for sure.
I'll have to check it out. The Y files. I
There
do
you
watch
go.
them. I see some things, and sometimes they're just unhinged. Other times it's interesting. Like there's a little teeny YouTuber called John Levy, and he's a full on hippie. But one of the things he does that I appreciate is I don't agree with very little he says, but he will go to the place and look at it
Yeah.
and do
Oh,
that. I appreciate that because a lot of people would
yeah.
just take something and talk about it without getting off their
Mhm.
ass and going and doing the actual field work. So
Right.
I do appreciate that.
My
Go
favorite
ahead.
stuff.
Yeah.
My favorite stuff is
What's
always
your
the missing 411 stuff. That's what I go to.
yeah?
What is that about?
What?
Missing 411 is like when people mysteriously disappear, then they
Uh,
reappear in a place that they should never be, or their body is never found, and they were missing in like somebody saw them, and then a split second later they were just gone. So
oh,
it's a lot to do with like does cryptozoology exist? Is it Bigfoot? Is it a rock? Is it a Wendigo? Is it like what could have like there was this one case where a little boy like wandered off. He disappeared, and then his body was found like up a hill, like up a mountain. All of his clothes missing, and like somebody removed his clothes and carried him up the hill because it's physically impossible for him to get up there, and nobody has ever solved it before. But
that
but
sounds
then
dark.
but then like the military will show up, and they'll be like, hey, like search party over, like we're taking over this, and then nobody learns anything, but the military is there. It's really fascinating stuff. You should look into missing 411.
No, okay, yeah, no, those things are interesting. Of course, do keep in mind millions of people go missing every year. But I'm being yelled at by Sheldon for using meters. Well, I have not lived in America in decades, Sheldon. Decades.
I don't know what a meter is.
I am a meter. I understand meters.
Just when I say meter, just transposition it with yard. It's not perfect, but close enough,
Pretty
dude.
close. Yeah.
Oh. Oh.
Oh.
So 3
Go
meters
meters.
would be
Yeah.
over 9 feet, right?
A little
Robert
bit. But
Wadlow was almost 9 feet. He was 8'11".
Well, Shaquille
oh
O'Neal
wow.
is nearly 8 feet tall, and he's quite hale.
Do.
He's one of them Black Vikings. He's a descendant of those guys.
Do.
Here we go. Let me check it real quick for you guys. 1 meter is 3.28 feet. So 3 and a
Close.
quarter.
2 yards.
So 1 meter
Yeah.
equals 3 and a quarter feet, basically. Yeah.
That's enough.
Now, to be fair, when we get into, I know Americans stick with the imperial, and they do it for good reason. But
Hmm.
you got to keep in mind that the imperial is coming out of the sexagesimal system. The metric is coming out of more of the Egyptian system. But they're both great. They're both based on the actual mathematics of the Earth itself. So they're both valid. I think if you want to get into astrophysics and some larger math, sexagesimal math or imperial math is probably better than metrics. But the metric is better for our modern world, and that's why everyone uses it because it's really good for money business because it's a 10-base system, so it's very simple, right? Whereas sexagesimal is a 6-base system, right? 6 inches, 1 foot, et cetera, et
Yeah.
cetera. But when you're looking at actual the science of Earth and the size of Earth and the breadth of Earth, the imperial system is more accurate, more efficient than the metric. But I understand why the modern world uses it because it's just simpler for business.
Is that better for a flat Earth?
I don't know that the math wouldn't work. I mean,
Oh, okay.
that's the problem. One of the things that kills the flat earthers immediately is yes, they found an error in the matrix. I get it, but if we look at all our math, it is based upon the actual movement of the planet, right? And therefore, the existence of math and the systems we use proves the Earth is not flat. So I mean, they're dead from go, right?
Wait, so if I stand in one spot for long enough, I won't end up in China eventually?
Well, if you have to jump a lot, yeah, a lot of jumping, yeah, gain a centimeter every jump, you know.
That's a lot of jumping.
Definitely, you haven't pissed off the flat Earth people, so you're definitely gonna pull that one off today.
Well, once
That's
again,
good.
they are fun too, though. But like I'm saying, that's something that's dead on arrival, though. You know, the simple existence of our mathematical systems that we have prove that the Earth is a sphere.
There is one thing
Well,
that is for certain.
It's
so
been
Flat
dead
earthers have
for
the best
thousands of years.
merchandise.
They have their best
They do
merchandise. They
have good
do.
merchandise.
They do. They have the best merchandise.
Well, you know what would be fun then is to buy that merchandise and then go to a rally in Washington D.C.
Fix it.
hmm Yep. Sounds like a plan. You know, Jeff, I forgot to get my coffee today.
Shucks.
What a shame.
Darn it.
I didn't. I left, but I came
And-
back with whiskey instead.
Oh,
And we're almost at zoo time.
Oh no.
Thank you, Henry.
Oh no.
Oh yes.
Uh-oh. I forgot to work on her hair. I've just been working on a little polka
Henry's
dots.
throwing the map
I'm
down for us.
done.
Thank you, Henry.
I'm done.
Yeah. Well, now, Henry, what qubit are you referring to, though? Now, we have more than one qubit. You have to take this into account. Is it the royal qubit? Or is it
The
another
royal?
qubit? Yes. This is an Egyptian
I don't
measurement.
know. I can't.
Or Commission, actually, would be more accurate. But Henry's helping out, though. That's awesome. But yeah, no, I have been. It took me a long time to convert my brain over to metric. Still isn't
Well,
perfect.
I appreciate you giving us a quick translation back into.
Oh,
what do
Greek,
they
of
call
course.
it?
Thank you,
Freedom
Henry. That's
Freedom
perfect.
unit, yeah.
He Henry went with the mediocre answer. You're sticking right in the middle there. You're a moderate, Henry. Thank you. That's an anthropology joke. Yes, I'm proud of myself.
There you go.
Yes, you are no
Not
longer a
nearly enough.
ghost. He said. All right, perfect. But no, conspiracy theories are fun. I think the one I thought was I got a real good chuckle out of me was the some island where supposedly Romans buried treasure and they've been digging on that thing forever and they're like I don't know 10 miles down or something. What is that island up in Canada? I think it's in Canada or something like that. There was like
It's
a
up
whole
in
city.
Canada, right?
Yeah.
Elk Island or something?
Oak
Oak
That's
Island?
what it.
Oak Island.
Oak. Yeah.
Oh, those people.
I know, dude. It's hilarious.
But see, that's the funny part, isn't it? Where you make a TV show about it that lampoons the whole idea and documenting it, and they never find anything. And so that people are just like, wow, this is really stupid, isn't it? Haha, like, let's laugh at the TV people. Well, in reality, they're digging in the real place. Because, I mean,
that treasure.
like that whole
Yeah, with all
show,
the funding
that
from
whole
the TV show.
like that whole show that they made about the Sasquatch hunters. Of course, like all of them are idiots and they're all doing stupid things. They're making it dumb, so it's like, haha, let's all laugh at the Bigfoot Sasquatch hunters. When in reality, they're doing it to subvert the fact that Sasquatches are real, so that people will stop. You know, it's a really sharp plan.
It is a sharp plan. Yeah. Well, every culture has a man of the forest, though. You know.
I was so obsessed with Oak Island when I was in grade school, and I got a Scholastic book about Oak Island.
Oh, really?
And then I see this TV series. Oh, this should be great.
Yeah.
And they literally find nothing ever.
It's
they
like
always kind of find something, and then it's nothing.
You know, I understand the feeling, Eric. It's like, you know, oh, there's a show that's going to show us how they build motorcycles, and then you watch American Chopper. Oh.
Yeah, but at least that was funny.
Yeah, I suppose. But it didn't have very much to do with choppers, though.
But it gave us 25 years of memes.
It's true. It's true. Of course, as as Honey was mentioning earlier, you can go on the YouTubes and find people who actually do build and restore motorcycles and cars.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
airplanes even. Yeah,
That's pretty wild.
it is. That's really cool.
I'm gonna make a whole. I'm gonna make a whole airplane. Oh, okay, cool. Are you gonna have the guts to fly it afterward?
Yeah, no, there's crazy
No.
people everywhere.
The
Yeah,
Wright brothers
they're
did.
called white people. But you know the funny thing is because I've traveled all over and I've interacted with all kind of other ethnicities and cultures, right? And one thing that's universal in opinion of the whites is we are crazy.
Oh, that's interesting.
Because we are crazy.
Yeah,
But,
the thing.
you know.
I mean, as far as
But that's
our
how
risk,
that's how
daredevil
innovation
rush.
happens.
Yeah.
Oh, the hold my beer moment.
Yes, those the Darwin Awards. But yes, I've heard so many foreigners say this. You white people are crazy.
Yeah, that's
So-
crazy white people shit.
Yeah, it is, but I mean, and I can't disagree with them. I mean, I used to when I worked in Galilee. They had an old wharf, and we took a bicycle, we tied a rope to it, which in itself was dumb. We rode on the narrow beam of the roof as hard as we could, and we jumped
Oh my
off into the ocean all the time. Oh, it was great fun. Stupid.
Hopefully, no one ended up in the hospital.
Oh, well, a couple of broken fingers here or there, no big deal.
Ugh.
Yeah, who was
And it
the,
was still great.
what was the race of
Oh.
the guy who invented spelunking? That
Oh, that's definitely
would
white
be
dude.
very-
Yeah, that's
yeah, that would
definitely
be
Oh,
white.
that's
very
the white man.
They're called Neanderthals, which is what we are. Henry,
Oh,
yeah, no, I've been
Neanderthals.
done with that for a while. I was just restoring anyway. So I wasn't building. I was just restoring, and it's all done. I actually took some. I was kind of doing some stuff by hand, but it was taking forever. They have a little kind of a tech, you know, I don't know, business district here not far away from me, and I went over there and they have you guys have probably seen it, but they have like this technology where they can CNC wood. Have you seen that?
DNC?
Yeah, well they
What?
use a machine and it can cut any design into a piece of wood that you want.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
my friend has one of them.
Yeah,
Oh,
so
nice.
I don't have that. So I went. One of my friends works there, and he's a welder, like a computer board welder. And I went over there, and it wasn't that expensive. And because I was doing it by hand, but it was take forever. So I took all the posts because I was refacing all the posts in some of the cabinet fronts and things like that. I wanted to do like a Nordic kind of look for it, right? Celtic look, and I took my designs over there, and a week later I had them all. So,
Did you
Oh,
build a
nice.
Viking yacht?
well, my yacht is called the Ertglem.
He calls it a longboat.
Do you have a bunch of peasants in the bottom of it rowing?
No,
Mhm.
no, that would be a good
Okay.
idea. That would be cheaper.
Not yet.
Yeah, would
Some
definitely be cheaper.
peasants.
Working on that.
Row, pheasants, row.
He has several resumes he needs to go through first.
Yeah, but that was really what was holding me back, though, Henry. Was all of that wood carving I wanted to do in the boat. You know, it didn't have any. It's completely impractical. But that's what I really wanted to make the interior look pretty. But once I got that done, I brought it back and I stained everything. It looks wonderful.
So it came out the way you're thinking, huh?
Mhm.
Yay!
Yeah, just a bunch of Viking knots and things like that on the post and on cabinet fronts and stuff. Just a little bit, not everything. But I think it
Oh.
looks good. It's an old boat. It was built in 91. You know, uh, but I've redid the interior and stuff, put new sails on it, new rigging, new motor, things like that.
Nice.
Yeah.
Give it new life.
Yep. No,
Well, that's
absolutely. Yeah, boats are like
And
that.
then make
People
it
keep boats going
Yeah.
forever.
I put the Viking stuff on it to make it look even older.
Yeah, no, and I had a couple little. I had a little brass piece done too. A couple of them actually,
Hmm.
but particularly on the helm. I got a little brass piece done, and it has all kind of runic knotting around it and stuff with the name and everything. Yeah, it looks good.
It's really
Horned helmet.
No, well, that's not real anyway. Yeah, but
He sits on the bow with his horned helmet and his spear,
Yeah.
and he sings, "Kill the wabbit, kill
kill
the
the
wabbit."
wabbit, kill the wabbit. Yes, that's true. I definitely do that. No, it's just fun. It's the hobby, right? Just have fun with your
Of
stuff, right?
course.
Yeah.
That's like
It
a
is
lot of
weird
fun.
though. It is a Nordic, runic design, but the name of the boat is Celtic. So maybe I went a little
Where does
askew.
the horned
What's the
helmet?
name?
Where
Larry
does the
Bird.
horned helmet myth come from?
Named after one of those redheaded giants.
It
Larry
came
Bird.
from a
Larry
German
Bird.
opera.
Is that really just where it came from?
Yeah, a
Is it
German
the
opera.
Ring of the Nibelung?
No, in the 19th century, came from a German opera. Yeah,
The more I
Wagner.
hear Chester talk, the more I think he was the inspiration for Hannibal Lecter.
maybe,
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
possibly. Yeah. No, the name of my boat is the Ertglam.
See what I mean?
Every now
Hello?
and
Fava
again,
beads.
Chester goes up and down the shore of the island he lives on, and he decides to raid people's houses.
Yeah.
Yes.
Raid
I
pillage.
hired 2 midgets to be shield guardians. It's perfect.
Mhm.
Okay.
I can
Blowing
raid
the horn.
monasteries in England. I can.
I will call you Sven, and you Wolfgar.
That's right. That's right. Those dwarves are badass, dude. I imported them from Burma, so they're battle hardened.
Did they used to play in Mini Kiss?
Yes, they did. They did. Yeah, I ended up with the ace and the Pete one, so we're good to go.
Oh, you got lucky.
Yeah.
And I will be Chester the Red.
I got Gene Simmons, and he's terrible.
That's
Always
fair.
like chewing on the edge of the couch.
Yeah, I know. Scratching his balls. Yeah, I know. That's not. That was. I dodged that bullet. No,
Humping everything.
I'm not Chester the
yeah,
Red. I'm
it's probably
Chester.
humped
I
everything.
am Chester the is speedily graying.
Chester the Yellow for what he leaves in his pants.
Well, I had for about a decade I
That's
had
what his
3
toilet
gray
calls him.
hairs on my chest. Now I have 5.
Really?
Yes.
I can't count how many I have. There's so many.
Well, I'm
I
just
want to
more.
get on the subject of gray hair.
Just you gotta manscape them off.
I look
Yeah.
like Reed Richards over here.
Do you? Fair enough. Fair enough. No, I'm all salt and peppery. Yeah. Thank you.
The
You're
rating
6
has
minutes
begun.
late, sir. I was watching.
That was calling it in, huh?
Yeah, yeah. But anyway, thank you guys. That was a lot of fun today. We chatted about all kind of stuff. Very little about Wizard of Oz, but some though. We did talk about some. We did.
Yes, we did.
We got some great art to look at, though. That's what the most important thing is.
Yeah.
And I'll go check the draw along stuff and see what you guys put forward for that. And I finally remembered to back a book.
Wow.
Good for me.
Your best friend.
When was the last time you backed a book?
Oh, it's been a while, but then again, I am in absolute liquidation mode, and I've been this way for a couple of years.
I
So
appreciate that. Yeah.
Shipping's ridiculous. So
yeah, well, no, I just
understandable.
I'm kind of looking toward retiring and just trying to get everything in order. But
just
but-
think you could burn them in a fire and you get stranded on a desert island when your yacht crashes.
That's true. That is true. But I have the midgets for that. Yeah. Anyway, let's take a look at the art. You ready, Jeff? You gonna come on this journey with me, sir?
I guess.
Fine.
You're not going to raid anything this time, are you?
No, well, I'll try not to. Although I'm going to Andrew first, and what is you with you and the furries?
Don't ask me. Eric was the one who put it in the book.
Oh, fair enough.
He
We'll blame
He
Eric.
does have a point about that one.
He does, but I have to say it's very cool, though. I do like it, and the hand looks good, and the flint lock. It's not a matchlock; it's a flint lock.
Nice.
So that's nice. It's missing a couple pieces though.
Well,
But
I'm
that's
not
all right.
very good at drawing guns, so live with it.
Yeah, I will. But it is this is our cowardly lion, I'm assuming.
Yeah. This is Lion.
He doesn't look
He's
cowardly.
dope.
He's not really cowardly.
He should be extremely cowardly.
Oh, this looks great. Plus, you
Like
got
when
the
you're
number
calling
of
fat
fingers
guys.
right.
Yeah, well, I was actually going to add. I figured that the main design was a 4-finger design because going through the book, sometimes he's got 5. I don't know if you.
Occasionally, I forget.
Yeah, sometimes he's got 5.
Add
And
fingers.
I've gone back
so
and go,
I-
crap, I gotta go erase a finger here. Draw another one, yeah. I've forgotten a few
Magic
times.
fingers.
But I went with the glovelet or the fingerless 4-finger design.
You know,
Oh, that's
cats
great.
do actually have 5 appendages upon their feet.
Correct.
Not
Don't
Nas.
Dew claw.
Yes.
Yeah, are you an Oz expert? Are you an Ozthropologist?
I'm clearly not, sir. Clearly not. I stand corrected. But of course, this looks really good. If you like what Andrew's done, go vote for him straw poll. Jeff, would you like to add anything?
He's just a little bit too much fur.
A little bit. Yeah, he's
Well,
covered in it.
He hasn't manscaped yet.
He's kind of all fur, so.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but
Manscaping is
all
completely
fur
ridiculous.
plus
21st
one.
century.
Too much fur.
Rad.
I like the
Rad.
hair and the ears.
Yeah, no, I
Ah,
like it. It's
thank you.
good. It's a good piece
I
of
like
art.
drawing it as well.
Of course, I've seen this character before, so very, very nice. Let's move over here to Amy.
Hello.
And Amy has gone Technicolor.
That's it.
Ta-da!
So, would you like to critique this one, Eric?
That's exactly what she looks like. Yes.
Yay!
And this
Is
is
she,
this is
is she
Pasatina.
flashing us the bird?
No, she's saying, "Wait a minute, wait a minute.
Wait a
Here I go. Break it down. Dude, she's Queen Latifah.
Did you?
That
Looks
is
like
the
she's-
patch.
Looks like
patchwork
she's
girl of
flashing us the bird.
No, it doesn't. She's holding up a finger, saying, "Wait a minute."
Wait a
One
minute.
finger.
Why is it the middle finger?
No, it's
He's
not.
got
It's
you
the
there.
pointer.
Yep. It's your pointer finger.
Jeff has Alzheimer's.
Oh no, it doesn't.
That dang old timer's disease.
Yes, they were all destined to gain. But
It's all right. Now he can run for Senate.
I think it looked good though. I like the hair. The hair's cool.
Oh,
Oh yeah, that was
yeah.
a lot of.
Yeah.
I've been working on all the little patch colors and patterns and just having fun with that. And it's kind of like, wait a minute, what? Oh no, I've got to start working on the arm hair. So kind of blocked in the big shape and kind of get the bend in there. Like, okay, add the blue streaks, add the pink, and then just, kind of keep twiddling with it. But she's a really fun design.
Yeah, it's cute.
I
character.
really like the character. Someone requested me to draw her on a sketch card on the last campaign, and then I thought, well, I just need to add her to the book.
Oh, awesome. Was she in... Now, was she in like one of the Oz books before then or something like that? Or how did you come
Yes.
to her?
She is, and you can find the original, and this looks very much like the original drawing, too.
Who is she?
Wow.
Patchwork Girl of Oz.
Oh,
That's interesting. So I'll have to look her up. How fun. Well, you did a very good drawing then, because I was just using that as reference. I'm glad if it came out well.
That
You
looks
know-
great.
There was I think it was a TV show, not a movie. But it was long time ago. I don't know if it was the 80s. It was probably the 90s. But it was kind of a take on Frankenstein, but the skin, the character's skin was all patchworked, like literally, little patches of different skin all over the place. And I can never remember the name of it, and I can never find it.
Is
Is
it
it a
an anime?
cartoon?
No. It was a TV show.
thinking of Sequest
Simon-
DSV?
I
What
remember
was
seeing ads for it when I was.
You're thinking of Sequest DSV?
No. What do you say, honey?
I said, I think I remember seeing ads for that movie on the Sci-Fi Channel when I was really little, like a long time ago.
Was it a movie? Was
It
it
was-
on Sci-Fi Channel?
I think it was like a TV movie on the Sci-Fi Channel.
Yeah,
It was-
he was kind of thin and he had long hair. Yeah, it's stuck in my head, but I can never remember the name or find it.
What? Describe it again.
He was kind of thin and he had long hair, and it was like a take on Frankenstein, but his skin had little swaths of other people's skin all over. It wasn't just like two big chunks. It was like lots of it, like hundreds of little skin patches sewn into him. It was the Promethean man, right?
Yeah. No, I don't remember that. Well, there was a Frankenstein. There was a made-for-TV Frankenstein movie that was actually very good. But I don't think
I
it was that
Frankenstein?
guy. No. Well, there is.
Was it on Was it on TNT like back in the day? Because I think I remember that too.
Oh yeah, with Randy Quaid.
I Frankenstein
That's the
had
creature.
what's his name? The guy who was in.
Yeah.
I remember it wasn't
No.
actually a Frankenstein
Yeah,
movie.
no, guys, the chat.
Maybe
This is a
you
long
started
time
with
ago.
this, or did it all search?
Well,
There was Randy Quaid and Patrick Bergen, was it? Is Frankenstein?
It was a miniseries. It was a miniseries, wasn't it? Yeah.
Randy Quaid was Adam,
Yeah.
the
Yeah, I
creature,
think you're right.
and I think it was Patrick Bergen was Frankenstein.
Huh. So let me check Randy Quaid.
It was one of the most accurate to the book.
Now, this was a more modern take, the thing I'm thinking of.
Because he starts out kind of tattoo looking, and then they,
There was a Frankenstein.
was
The
he
true
like a detective or something?
Yeah, it's obscure, guys. It's super obscure.
Well, there was a Frankenstein, the true story, which was in the 1970s, and it had James Mason in it. I was looking it up now. It had James Mason, Leonard Whiting.
Is that the
David
one with Jane Seymour?
Might have been. That would have been about the right time.
Mm.
That was actually a very good
because I always
series.
remember that was always on TV.
Yeah, no, this was in the 90s, but that's all right. I've distracted everyone and got us off our
Was it
focus.
Frankenstein and the Monster from Hell?
No, it was a
It's a
TV series.
Yeah, it's a Hammer film.
And I think Patch was in the name of it. But anyway,
You're thinking of Manimal.
no, I'm not thinking of Manimal, sir. I certainly remember Manimal. But thank you very much, Amy. If you guys like what she's done, please vote for the straw poll. We'll come to Eric last because he's Eric. Let's go here to Elrod, and he's doing really cool stuff. Very, very, very Victorian. I like it, Elrod. No comment.
I know it has nothing to do with Oz, but it's just
Oh, looks cool.
Alternative take on Dorothy.
Yes.
Dorothy.
A Victorian one, a Joan of Arc-esque one. Yes, very nice.
Well, I was thinking, yeah, Joan of Arc.
Yeah, very, very.
Oh,
and of course, that's another character that's been abused throughout history. That poor girl. Anyway,
literally, she was burned at the stake.
Well, no, the church took advantage of a crazy girl. That's what they did. And it's a disgusting moment in history. And then the English burned her at the stake. Good job. Anyway, let's move on here. Honey. Now, I like it. It's determined. She's in the wind. She shall not be deterred.
That's right.
Cute.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh, darn.
Something happened.
Of course. Yeah, the screen was waiting so long. It just went, I'm going to quit now. Like, oh,
there
there
it is. There
we
it is.
go.
Her
I
face,
like it,
her
though.
face even froze on like, ooh.
Oh
I like it. What do you think, Eric?
That's cute. That's really cute. I like it.
Yeah.
no. Yeah, I like all the
I wish I
colors.
could animate just a little bit.
If you practice, I bet you could animate even a lot.
Yeah, I'm sorry I missed her choker.
Oh, does she have one?
Yeah, I just noticed I spent so much time trying to
get the hair and everything.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh well.
I'm
glad you like it.
No, it is very cool.
Looks
I like
great.
the determination in her face. I used to be able to do a stick figure animation in the corner of my notebooks.
We can
Oh, that was all. Yeah, that was fun.
Yes.
That's
Yeah.
what I went to college to
the
do.
best use-
Just make stick figure
That's
things
true.
in my notebook.
Yep.
Well, my favorite one, though, was definitely MC Hammer. Don't hurt him, Hammer. That was a good one. Yeah. This is great. If you guys like what Honey's done, please vote for the straw poll. Very, very nice. Let's move along here. Kima's not displaying again for some reason. She was just a second ago. Now she's not. Let me go to look at Rabbit. Now, Rabbit got serious about it here. Wow.
Oh, that's beautiful, Rabbit.
It is very nice.
It's
Yes.
like-
Wow.
Rabbit's been very quiet today. Did I not disparage you enough?
I was listening to music. Sorry.
Oh, fair enough.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
If you asked me questions, I would have answered. I was listening to you at the same time. It's just
Kind of in your zone. Does that you find it absolutely?
Sorry.
it's not finished, but it's more finished than the last time we did one of these Eric shows. So.
Yeah, it looks really good though.
It does look.
Pretty.
Yeah, it looks like you're kind of moving down, and the chest is the next section that needs to be worked on. But it's really, really good. She's a vibrant redhead, and there's another very serious look. What is
Yeah.
this look? It's like ambiguity.
I think it looks like something is coming, and it's sort of a quiet resolve. Like
Maybe. Yeah,
okay.
yeah, there we go. There we go.
Yeah.
There we go.
I think it's good. Quiet resolve.
You're grounded.
Yeah, I was
I'm
going to use the word
mesmerized by the
disdain.
rubies.
Yeah.
I did them green, and then I realized at the last minute, oh crap, they're red.
Her eyes are
I'm
red.
mesmerized with them.
No, not her eyes. Her eyes are right. It was all the jewels. I was like, I did them green. And I was like, oh crap, they're red.
Oh,
I haven't done the hair properly. Obviously,
Well-
it's just I've just been doodling along.
I can actually see a little bit of the green in the background. I like the effect actually.
Oh yeah, no, that's just add some lighting, backlighting.
It's called Rembrandt lighting. She has no soul. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, I do rather like me some Rembrandt though. Hmm
Well, yeah, the man's a genius.
I just saw some Rembrandt in person a couple weeks ago.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
cool.
yeah?
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah. Actually,
And the alarm went off because I touched both to one of them.
oh fair. Yeah.
I got one of his
I mean,
electric
just because you
razors.
lick a painting, they get all mad. I mean, whatever. If it can't touch it, why am I here?
Fair. That's fair. Actually, one of my favorite little, I don't know, genres or time periods that don't get talked about very much is Rococo.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I like that. That's some
I would
beautiful
think of
stuff.
the furniture, but it must have art painting styles
Oh, the
associated with it
painting
too.
is colorful and beautiful, and it's whimsical. I like it a lot. Yeah.
I like the new romantics.
Yeah. It's very nice stuff, Rococo. But this is great. If you like what Rabbit has done, please vote for the straw poll. We got Keenan back. Let me see if I catch it before something bad happens. And it doesn't want to show again. What the hell? All right.
I'm seeing it fine, so it's you,
Yeah,
Chester.
I know it's me, but that's a problem. Kima, can you drop it on the Discord so I can take a look at it? Let me, please. Oh, there it is. All right. Here we go. Oh, then it's gone. It was there and then
Dude.
gone.
Yeah, so it was a pretty
Give me a sec.
myself.
Give me a sec. Just keep
Myself.
going now.
I will. Then of course we have Johan, and Johan is what's happening here, Johan? Dorothy's down, and the Tin Woodsman is facing the zombies alone. What's happening?
That's beautiful.
Yeah, it's just the Dorothy is wounded, so the Tin Man has to protect her.
Mm,
Oh, I love your
Yeah, it's
colors
just
in
like
this
that.
picture.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh, yes.
The
It is
background
nice.
painting's really nice.
It is.
Oh yeah.
And one of my favorite things of Eric's is the creation of his Tin Woodsman. I love the model.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's very cool. It's good looking.
Mhm.
Very different take.
He's
Yeah, thanks.
bet
Yeah,
I
this looks great. I'm surprised at how much you guys pay attention to the detail of the characters. I don't even.
You kind of go with instinct, right?
That looks great.
Eric's sitting there going, "Gosh, people actually looked this time."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, when I
Really
read
does do
the
that.
original, I think I read 2 of those books, but but when I read the original, I did read the original in school. And the description of the in my head, the image of the Tin Woodsman in my head was something more bulbous, right? Which is not what the movie gave us. The
No.
image that the movie created is certainly not the one I had in my head when I read the book. So I would say your creation is a little bit closer in my mind to what I read. It's way cooler though, because the image I had was kind of like a TikTok man.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
There you go. It's in.
TikTok.
Yeah, TikTok himself. Yeah. But anyway, I
Once
think
have
it's great.
illustrations. All the versions I've ever read had illustrations.
Oh,
Mhm.
I didn't have illustrations. Huh. I didn't think about that. I
You
bet
were
you there
right.
were illustrations back when it came out, weren't there?
There were.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
there might have been.
I didn't even think about that.
Yeah,
Um,
amazing.
I know I've
Yeah.
seen some of the original Alice in Wonderland illustrations where the rabbit is an actual
Sure.
rabbit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. I'll have to go check that out because I just remember we just had a school, one of those school books. It didn't have any pictures in it.
Oh, okay.
Oh, so
Yeah.
sad.
But anyway, let me see. Do I see Kima anywhere? I don't see Kima anywhere.
It's in the drawer
I'm
line. The
going
thing's in the
to,
drawer line.
but I will go over here and look at Eric's first before. Oh, TikTok. There we go. Yeah, that's
TikTok.
more the image I had of the Woodsman. This kind of look.
So actually, no, I did not draw anything. I mean, I doodled with designing Alice and made notes of what I want to happen in the book.
Cool.
That's about all I did this time.
So this is a sneak peek at Alice. Interesting.
Yeah, she won't show up till Zombieful Adventures 3 because 2 we're going to Neverland.
She has to have the Vorpal blade, right?
Neverland.
Yeah, no, she would
Yes,
have the
I'm
Morphle blade.
right.
Good point. Yeah.
Oh, good. I gotta add that. Yeah.
Yeah, no, she definitely uses
Well, I'm
Morphle
making
blade.
notes. That's why I got all these little notes all over the party.
There you go.
No, that's a good point. I think she needs to be more white, though.
Well, it's just a rough sketch.
I think she should be
really,
pale.
really rough.
Pale, sickly vampire white.
Vampire White. It's not Snow White.
Fair enough.
Ooh, Snow White. I gotta add Snow White. Snow White.
Yeah. But I mean, if you ever, that's one thing with Dorothy. Alice was not anywhere near as bad, but one thing with Dorothy, if you read the book, she's a bit of a bitch.
The first book?
Yeah,
or later
she's
book?
not a very good kid. I mean, that's the whole point, I suppose.
She's kind of rude.
She's very rude, nasty little thing.
That's why I locked her up.
Fair enough. But yeah, she wasn't very nice. But that was the point, right?
I don't remember that in the book.
Yeah, no, she was not.
I
She was
guess
not. She's no
it's
Nancy
kinda-
Drew.
Well, that's true. It's
Sounds perfect for Jennifer
Alice
Lawrence.
wasn't like a good kid either, right?
Well, it's like Carpenter's last film. John Carpenter's last film was called The Ward, and it had Amber Heard in it, and she plays a bitchy, crazy person. I was like, dude, perfect. Carpenter knew.
That wasn't much of a stretch.
Yeah, it was 13 years ago
She
too.
just showed up for work.
Well, I had never seen it, and I watched it. Last night, the night before. I think it was last night. And I was like, she's perfect for that role. Anyway, let me go over here and let me find the. I should get. No, I'll just do it like that. All right, fine. Let me go over here and find these and go to the draw along and bring up Kima's. Alrighty. Oh, that's nice. Very nice, Alan. Oh, dude, there's some killer stuff in here, man.
I saw, yeah.
Yeah. But let me bring up Kima's first. All right, here we go. And jump over. Where am I here? This one, right? Yes. Okay. We don't need that. Nightmare work. Oh, it's so bad. Yeah, there we go. And here's Kima's. Wow.
There you go. Wash out the bad art. It's a good art.
This is very, very serious. Gonna kick your ass, Dorothy.
Definitely. And another thing. Okay. Here's how much attention everybody pays. I didn't add that bullet belt until this issue. There it is, right there.
Oh, nice. Good job,
It's a
Kima.
brand new feature on the outfit. Yeah.
She is buff, though.
Yeah, I figure I'd try, but I'm not even done yet. I gotta finish the line art.
I really
that's
like the hair though. I like the kind of the harsh lines. It kind of goes with the really thin line art. It kind of the way it bends. It's kind of minimal and sketchy and looks really dynamic and cool. Just
Yeah. Now, one of the things I like actually about Eric's Dorothy is he draws her much more as the normal girl next door. She's not this stunning pinup model, and nor should she be, right? I like that aspect of her, and it comes across, I think, really well here with Kima. She's a normal girl stuck in a situation where she has to do the right thing. I like it. Yeah.
that's true.
Yeah.
Do you remember the first thing you told me about her?
I'm sure it was horrible.
She's not Asian enough.
She's not. Oh, that's well, that's always true.
I remember.
That's always true. She's not Asian enough. That I could put that with any statement, to be honest. It's okay. I have a problem.
Well, you don't have a problem. You married a Japanese lady.
I did. I solved it. Anyway, let's see here. Let me go and so that's all the stuff. Vote for. If you like Kima's done, please vote for the show poll. And whilst you do that, let's take a look at the draw along stuff. We got some cool things. And that is someone has had a disaster.
Did we get Mr. Miracle?
Eric has helped out, and we found my yacht. Very nice.
It's looking great.
It is looking good. Looking good. Color scheme's a little off, but I'll let it slide.
That was before you had all the work done.
That's true.
Yeah.
It is true. Yeah. But I got all that stuff during the winter. We got so many cool things here.
Is that the barn before you renovated it?
Yes, that's my pole barn. You see how the earthquake affected it.
Yep.
Yeah. Anyway, now Adrian's decided to give us a little bit of a Monkey King, I do believe.
Oh, cool!
Very nice.
Yeah, I like drawing monsters lately.
I was really little
magic.
when I saw A Wizard of Oz for the first time, as I'm sure everyone here, because it's a seminal kids movie. But that scene where Scarecrow gets torn apart was slightly disturbing.
Yeah.
Oh, wait till you read this issue.
Oh goodness. Oh goodness. It's like,
Slightly disturbing.
That looks great. He's even got the clock on the glove, which I don't always draw because I forget sometimes.
Oh wow! You need a checklist. All right.
Dude, you have no idea. It's so hard to keep track of your own characters.
Yes, I made them so complicated to me. I had all these different colors. I wish they were all just one color, or I did it all in black and white. That's what I wish.
Yeah, I know when you listen to like other concept artists, they're always talking about. Remember, you have to draw these characters like constantly, so you might want to make their outfits a little bit more simple.
Yeah,
Yep.
fair enough. I
Drawn, aka drawn for animation.
Well,
make sure
I
you
think
draw
they
for
said
animation.
once- Yeah.
Yeah.
Every button costs $10,000. So if you're gonna be
Like when I
animating,
I created this character, the Mountain Man, and the first version of him was all detailed out with all this type of gear and stuff. And then my friend pointed out, you're gonna have to draw that like every time he shows up. And I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna simplify this.
there you go.
or you could just use AI.
No.
Well, a good person to study about that, a good person to study on how to kind of simplify those things is Alex Koth.
No, it makes sense. I know Mike is incessant of his anger with Jim Lee designing the Injustice stuff as detailed as he did. So
You also designed him ugly.
yeah, I think Mike was talking more about the detail he had to do every damn time, right?
Oh, that's because he really hates Jim Lee for another reason.
Well, we're not going to get into Malibu conversations. Thank you.
That wasn't it. It was
Uh,
never mind.
All right, fine. But this is from Gabrielle Geske, of
Gabby,
course.
yeah.
Gabby sent this
Oh, it's
over. She said,
beautiful.
"Here's the Wicked Witch in the Marilyn Monroe-esque pose." I'll
Yeah.
keep working on this. I got a couple of things I want to add. I think it's great.
That looks great. Even put the little gear there,
Yeah.
which I try to remember on the belt on the hat.
There you go.
This is the Wicked
And the
Witch
patch.
of the East, I'm assuming, or the West.
West.
Of the West. Okay.
West.
Are there any left?
No, they're well.
She's a
The
cyclops.
Witch of the Southeast.
Yeah, that one.
Northwest.
That one. You got to watch out for that one. It's a dangerous one. Although,
He's hiding in a cave.
stop the presses because Jason Gonzalez. Damn, dude, look at that.
I know we saw that too. Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, he's cool.
That is really good. Which
looks
character
great.
is this?
This is Jack Pumpkinhead. He was created by Ozma when she was known as Pip because she used to be a boy.
So,
Yeah.
choose-
Alfred Ball was so woke.
Okay, so Ozma was kidnapped by the witch Mombi and then turned into a boy to hide her so no one would find her. So to create friends, he made Jack Pumpkinhead. Then she got turned back and became the rightful ruler of Oz.
I'm gonna build a tiny
Who
wall in
is
the back
throwing
of
their
the
room around?
It's Elrod.
It's all right.
Elrod. But that is awesome, Jason. That's really, really good. We got another one here from Alan, of course, the Howl Comics, and he's gone with the Cowardly Lion as well. That's very nice.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, he got called into work tonight. Yeah, it looks great.
Wow.
Hey, I love
really
the
good.
I love the inking.
Oh,
What
I like the Oz on the hilt of the sword. Look at that.
Yeah, it is cool. Yeah.
Oh,
What
Oh, okay.
What does Alan do anyway? What's his job?
He's a secret agent.
Oh,
builds
there you
motor
go.
for the FBI.
oh, fair enough. Yeah.
Professional Taco Bell and Mexican pizza taster.
Midget
Okay.
tosser.
Yeah, I would do
Yeah,
that.
That's a good
Mount
one.
Vesuvius all night.
Hey, I wonder, are the Americans going to dismantle the FBI?
Gosh, I hope so.
Yeah, right.
That would be amazing.
I mean,
In fact, we should get rid of all three-letter organizations:
Yeah.
IRS, CIA, FBI, all gone.
Bit of a refresh. Yeah, you're having a bit of a problem there, buddy. Yeah.
It's got to be Loch Ness Monster.
What?
It looks like those damn Asian carp.
Having a bit of a day here with you, buddy. You gotta watch out. Yes. Oh, they killed Miss Marvel. Okay. Ooh, Kelsey is drawing by a booklight. I like to get these little updates from Kelsey. You guys follow Kelsey?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Never
Yeah.
heard of her.
Great.
Yeah, no, they are great. Kelsey Shannon.
Name his profile picture, Chester.
Who is she?
Name it. It's Grizzly Adams.
Okay.
You're trying to.
Ugly woman.
I grew up during that. Grizzly's awesome. Ben, love, pure love. Let's see. They're complaining about Piers Morgan. What's new? Let's see here. Lord of the Rings star actress Murphy Clark says Galadriel will have a life-changing thing happen to her in second season. She's going to be transgender. I know it. It's going to be great.
Where did you get the ring?
Ooh, look at this. Look at this little piece
Wow,
from
that looks
Kelsey.
nice.
Look at that, dude.
Oh, it's really good.
Yeah.
Did
Okay.
Kelsey watch this?
What was that? This is Farscape. What do you say?
There's this Kelsey girl. Is that one of our draw-alongs?
I don't know. I like Kelsey. I like his art.
He's asking who she is. Who is Kelsey? He doesn't know her.
Oh, Kelsey Shannon. Sorry, Kelsey Shannon.
Oh my
He's
god,
an
that's
artist.
two girls.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sounds pretty woke to me, Chester.
Ew.
I think you're an SJW.
No, I must be. I'm sure.
That's another three-letter term that we need to get rid of.
Cook your chicken.
Oh,
Okay.
go away.
Oh my baby, baby. Baby, what you got to do?
Oh.
What you gonna do here?
That plane's not taking off.
Work it out. Work it out, baby. Your life is going to be pretty short there. You probably should lose a little bit. You know, you can be chunky. Ain't nothing wrong with that. But this is going to get you, dude.
Oh, poor thing.
Yeah, no, that's not good. It's too much. I mean, there's nothing wrong with being a little chunky. It ain't gonna hurt. It's probably actually better for you than being skinny. But
Yeah.
that's not healthy at all. That's not good. Anyway, I'm looking for something interesting.
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man sad.
They posted
Oh,
something
they
interesting
killed.
the
They
other
killed.
day.
Aw.
Okay. They will revive him again.
Okay. Yeah. I don't see anything. I'm
He
just
will
going.
be
Oh,
fine.
there we go. Here it is. That's all you'll ever need.
Sweetums.
Sweetums. Very, very nice. That's cool. He's got a bloody axe. That is awesome.
And there's Kelsey.
There's Kelsey. Yeah. I don't see the resemblance. All right. That's cool. Well, I mean, I haven't thought of Sweetums in a long time, dude. That's really neat. Anyway, let's get to it here. So
Yeah, Aaron the Presley did Muppets or Jim like a Jim Henson thing on his channel the other day.
Oh, did he? Oh, okay. All right.
Yes.
Yeah, that's neat though. Of course, here's Jason's. We just look at, and it's wonderful. And of course, we have Blue Moon. So let's take a look at the still imagery first. This is kind of neat. What's he done here? The deader, the better. Lions and tigers and zombies. Oh my, it's Zombieful of Oz. And he's got a little excerpt down here. You want a fine comic, of course. Are you a fan of The Wizard of Oz? Of course. Author and illustrator, waxed and well groomed. Eric Hawkins takes L. Frank Baum's classic tale and adds zombies and steampunk to the mix, creating a thrilling and terrifying adventure. All the beloved characters are here trying to bring back life to Oz. Will they make it down the yellow brick road? Find out in the fifth issue of Zombieful World of Oz.
That's so cool.
Wow,
Go ahead and
made
give
an
us
ad.
some
That's
wax.
crazy.
Guys talented. Oh my gosh, look at him.
That's amazing.
That is great.
That definitely needs to go in your book.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is
Oh,
neat.
yeah.
That's a page. You should talk to Doug. It's very, very good. Yeah. All right. And of course we have his motion stuff. So here's his scarecrow. He's going to get that crow.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah. Very, very nice.
That's good.
Well, no.
Where's John Pencil?
Well, a lot of people forget in the movie he does have a gun.
He does.
He does.
Oh, it
He's
was
gonna
so
go fight the witch.
Yeah.
It was so shocking watching that scene as a grown up.
Well, not
What scene?
really. I mean, it depends on your age, because a lot of people having a gun around was not a big deal. It's these days that people lose their damn mind over it.
Yeah, I mean, it was a huge like Magnum pistol thing. It was hilarious.
It was kind of funny.
I didn't notice it when I was little, but I was like, oh my gosh, he's going after the giant
He's gonna go fight the witch with a
giant handgun.
You just don't see that in fantasy. It's just like,
That's true.
oh, you just bring it.
Well,
It's kinda like
actually,
a-
it's hard to watch that scene and not focus on the Tin Man's face. Really,
Yeah.
because that guy, that actor, I can't remember his name offhand, but he was just incredibly expressive actor.
Oh yeah, he's brilliant. They were all really good.
Yeah. Anyway, let's see.
Buddy
the
Epson
animation.
tried to be.
Oh. Shh, don't mention Buddy Epson. Wow. He really went old timey. Can you guys hear the music?
Yep.
Yeah, it's nice.
A bit.
Wow. That is
Bird
creepy,
tweet.
dude.
That's cool.
Yeah.
It is
Okay,
cool.
the bird is in colored pencil. So
Yeah, that's true.
I am curious. Yeah.
Why did
I
he
wonder
change the
why.
medium? Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
Maybe Doug's trying to say something. It's possible. But anyway, thank you all very much for your draw alongs. That's awesome. And let me get over here and bring all this back up. And I got to vote myself. So let's get it here.
Oh, that's great.
No, you never even played my video, Chester.
Oh, I will. Yeah, I'm not done. Let's see here. Who won the drawn and quartered fan edition Zombieful World of Oz competition? All right, so I got myself a bunch of choices today. So let's see. Andrew singing in the mud rain, Fleming. Singing in the mud rain, just singing in the mud rain. Okay.
Taco Bell Vesuvius.
Fair. We got Amy Beef Tartarian.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
That was a good one.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of that. Put a little heat on it, please. Anyway, I could also go with Melissa silly singing Scythian. Scythian. Very nice. Okay, fine.
Liking the alliteration.
Yes, that's fair. And of course, the Lesser Sisters. Eric, hush, Chester, and buy me my book, Hawkins. Fair enough, I did. Yeah. The more Chester talks, the more I need a drink.
Yeah.
Sorry, Kima. I didn't mean to drive you to drink any more than a Canadian would. What is the average blood alcohol level of the average Canadian?
Yes.
Yeah, just yes. That's the
Fair.
answer.
There. It's our Irish to the north. Anyway.
Antifreeze.
Yeah, right.
They milk whiskey barrels for milk.
Well, fair. Well, they got to keep themselves warm somehow. Especially this winter. It's been quite long. A very long winter this year. Let's see here. I could also go with a One Doom Grunge Surfer Giant Rabbit. Very good. Very good. Yeah. Johan, I like to skip Estonia across the water. That's just a dad pun. That's not. That's unacceptable, Jeff. I mean, honestly, poor Estonia. Erotimus Fox Mulder's cranky Uncle Flash. I'd believe that. That's true. The truth is out there. That's
You
true.
have to believe.
Or I could go with Mr. Mound Fanboy Miracle. Fair enough. So who do I go with today? Let me see. Eric shouldn't be in here anyway. So no.
He should win. Is what you're saying, right? Because he didn't draw anything.
Well, no, but he did draw something. But he's the guest. Okay, kinda. Let's see. Andrews was fun. Kima, of course, is always good. I'm going Rabbit. I liked what he did with the picture today.
Beautiful.
Good choice.
Yeah, I'm going Rabbit.
Yeah. Very pretty.
And man, did my vote matter at all?
No, you tied it up. Is
Yay,
what you did.
it mattered. I did something. Ta-da! Indeed. Well, we'll give it a second here and see if it changes anything. But great fun. And let's go over here and check real quick. It wouldn't. Would it be here? It is here. So let me come back up to the top while we give it a second. And let's see. We got 620,000. Okay.
Hey, we picked up 3 backers since the show started.
Nice.
That's a lot of yen.
Nice.
Through 623,000. Very nice.
Wow.
Very nice. So good for that. Still got 59 hours, so get in there and back. The prices are quite reasonable, actually, unless you live in Japan.
Yeah, or anywhere other than America.
Yeah, quite reasonable. But let's take, while we're letting the straw poll build, let's take a look at this advertisement ad. Am I going to like it?
Wait. No.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's why I wait for you. You got to ask me if you're going to like it, and I got to tell you no.
Yeah.
It's over a minute, so.
Oh
Like
my
6 minutes.
God. 30 seconds, people. I like the music, though. It's very aboriginal.
Yeah. Make it in your basement, Eric. Just you on your drums.
Pretty much, yeah. Matthew McConaughey.
Oh, there you go. Ooh.
Trees throwing apples? Not yet.
There's a bit of animation in that. Familiar friends. New friends. A gunslinger. Nice. On a motorcycle. New evils.
There you go.
Oh. Oh. Of course. Zombies.
Of course.
Lots of zombies. Ooh, that is a lot of zombies.
You madman.
Munchkins! Does that car explode, killing them all?
No.
And they'd be zombie munchkins. That's so good.
That would be the best thing ever, though. Mass Death Munchkin. I'd vote for that. All right,
Sounds like
very
a
good.
band name.
No,
So
it's not.
evil.
It's not that bad. It's a touch long, but yeah, it's fine. It's fun.
Man, that is short.
That is not short. That is long.
That's pretty short from what we usually see.
That's
You have to forgive him. He's a TikToker. Just Chester scrolling through TikTok all day long, being like 4 seconds. What the hell?
Hey, my pledge. But very, very good. There you go. You guys can back this. Definitely get out there and check it out. So let me go over here and let's see who won. So has it updated itself? I think it has. Oh, we have a winner. Very good. I'm calling it right there. So thank you very much, Adrian, for dropping in, as well as seeing. Nice to see you, Elrod. Of course, Eric himself, who shouldn't be on this. Amy and Andrew. Always appreciate you guys. Johan
Aw.
coming in. That's great. And of course, we have Melissa as well. And Rabbit, who is joining us from a very inconvenient time. But happy to have all of you guys very, very much. Thank you thank you for being here and doing the great art. But of course, today's winner is the more Chester talks, the more I drink. Poor Keith. Claps for everybody. Congratulations. Yeah,
Go
that
get
is
some
that.
sleep.
That is a absolute buff, Dorothy. You did there, Kima. Very nice. So speaking of that, Kima, how's the comic coming?
Yeah.
It's a coming. It's a coming. I'm waiting to start my new job too, so
Oh,
New
great.
job.
yeah.
What are you gonna do?
I'm gonna be inking some web comics, so I'm just waiting for the team to
Oh.
get together.
Oh, cool.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Very, very nice. Inking is
East.
very important.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I suppose. Even though I suck at it.
Well, you know, I was because I used to do I work now, but I used to do a show called The Pontificators over with Art Bear, and he was kind of going through was it on that or something else? But whatever, he was going through some just old art he had done, right? And it was very interesting because it wasn't his intention. That's not what he was showing, but I noticed because the original art and then his inking, right? And it's a bit shocking how much of that original art is really not good.
Mm.
So-
That's how it goes.
But
Yeah.
the pencilers always get the head name, not the inker.
Yeah. It is kind of funny. Or like I've done like collabs and stuff with some artists, and they're kind of like, "Hey, you want to try something?" And you're like, "Oh, okay. So you just always get a colorist or an inker to actually fix your work, huh?" And kind of like,
I kind of get it. My secretary makes me look good.
there you go.
Yeah.
But you pay her, right?
I do. Yes.
Oh, there you go.
And because I have a small employee base, I can actually pay everybody quite well.
That's nice.
Yeah. Well, the problem is when you get too big, it becomes hard to pay people appropriately, right?
Sure. Yeah. You can
Can
do.
you pay us enough to relocate over there to work for you?
Yeah.
Oh, heck yeah, there you
Do
go.
you have the work ethic necessary to work for me, Eric?
I'm a Gen Xer. Yes, I do.
There you go. There you go. All right, fine. You're welcome. Come on over. My
Chester needs to
my
start his
decks
own
need
comic
swabbing.
I work hard.
There you go.
There you go. But no, you
It could be
you're much
Chester's
more
Mr. Shmee.
You could.
There you
But
go.
you know what I really need? I really need a tattoo. That's what I really need.
Yeah,
Oh.
so that they think you're Yakuza.
Yeah, dude, I will build. No, no, no. I will build the tower for you to climb up and see the plane. I will. That reference went over a few heads, Elrod, I think. Oh well. The plane.
Not mine.
Mr. Rourke.
Nope. Yep, not mine.
Yeah.
Island.
Dude, did you see that abominable remake they did of
I
that?
don't even want to talk about that movie.
Jeez, man.
That movie pissed me
Oh,
off so much.
I was unaware that
exist.
people actually went to go see it.
Yeah.
Dude, I mean, Ricardo Montalban
They
brings a
make,
certain
like, 3
suave,
remakes
right?
now.
Yeah.
And they replaced him with a
The
dumpy
one with
Mexican.
Malcolm McDowell is good.
Now he would be good. Yeah. Yeah. But
It
that
was good in like the late 90s, but it didn't last because it was too good.
Oh, really? I didn't know they did a remake in the 90s. I didn't know that. Yeah.
It's really well done, but it's, you know, short-lived because I think it was too expensive.
Oh, fair enough. But of course, I saw the original Ricardo Montalban. We're talking about Fantasy Island, by the way. And I saw this remake, and I was like, "Ooh, Fantasy Island!" Like, no, do not do that. Stay away. Run. It's
Yeah, it was a horrible
bad.
movie.
It's really, really bad. Anyway, we do. Yeah, Kima understands the pain. Nevertheless,
Yeah.
let's go through here, and we'll start out with alphabetically. Andrew, go ahead.
Hi.
Hi.
You can go check out the rest of my work at solariansun.com, where you can read my comic for free. I will be posting up to page 250 on the free website, which is the start of chapter 9. Over on Patreon tomorrow, I will be posting up to page 570, which actually I'm working on right now because I had a long week. So that'll be done by Saturday. And so if you head to patreon.com/AFLM, you can get up to page 570 this Saturday. I will be heading to Contropolis in Marlborough, Massachusetts on June 16th, I believe, is the weekend. So that will be the next big convention coming up. And I will be selling more volumes of Solarian Sun, volumes 1 and 2.
There you go. Well, you do cute girls well.
Thank you.
You do that well. Cute girls.
Yeah, I'm practiced in my cute girls.
Yeah, there you go. I don't know if I've seen any of the stunning gorgeous girl. I don't know if I've seen you do that.
I very much do the rule of I don't do hot, I do cute.
Yeah. I think cute's better anyway. It's more universal. It's also more age friendly.
Yeah.
Very nice. Well, there you go.
Thank you.
Let's move along here, and we'll go to Amy and Melissa.
Hi.
Hello.
Hey. Hello. Okay. First, Eric, do you have a digital like catch up with the beanie? I'm trying to find that.
I don't.
Is the beanie an add-on?
The beanie is an add-on, but I don't know if it'll let you add it.
Oh, you can't do it for digital. That's right, because you can't do physical stuff with digital purchases.
Yep. Well, yeah.
Oh.
Because I did get caught with that 2 issues ago. Somehow, people were able to add on stuff to digital without paying shipping.
Oh,
Yeah.
could you?
I was like, how'd this happen? I can add it. I can add it. Yeah, no problem, Amy.
Oh, okay. Well, then maybe I can add the digital books onto a physical order.
Well, just remind me. Just remind me.
Okay. All right, because it's a neat looking hat. I love hats. Anyway,
Yeah, beanies are great.
Yeah, they are. They're so cute. Okay.
I have one of the beanies and wear it all the time.
Thanks for coming to see us as always, and cheering us on, and just giving us this fun little opportunity to get together once a week and draw and talk about things. And I mean, a lot of you guys are drawing all the time, so I guess it's not an opportunity to draw. But right now, everything's kind of crazy here on our end, so it's nice to take an opportunity to just go decompress, draw a little, and when we're into the production part of it, it's going to be drawing all the time and drawing more here, and that's going to be awesome too. So we're looking forward to showing you that when we're around to it. But for now, yeah, thanks for being here, and we'll see you guys next week. God bless.
Excellent. Melissa?
Well, what Amy said, basically, the engine's still in the works. We're looking forward to sharing what we have coming in the future.
Yeah, we're building a new desk section so we can have, because we're going to be working on doing the music too. So we kind of need to set up the recording, audio recording.
I've been getting back into music since I sort of gave up on music when I studied programming, and then when I thought I get the engine, when I thought the engine was done, I thought I'm going to go ahead and pick up music again, and just because I'm alive, I why not?
Well, I need a new piano player.
Yeah.
There you go.
Okay.
Send the yacht around. We'll go help.
Yeah. No, my piano player went and got pregnant.
I'll practice my fingering and then get back to you.
Oh, bless her.
I suppose ruining the schedule.
Is this her first baby, or
It is her first? Yeah. She's 28, 29.
Oh.
She
how
went and married my
wonderful.
drummer.
Oh.
They never learn.
Drummers.
Oh,
Drummers.
I hope
But
they're happy together.
She is a fan. Oh, they are.
And I hope
She is a fantastic
they-
piano player too. I mean, shockingly good for her age. But all right. Well, thank you very much. Awesome. Let's see. I'll bring that back up in the end. So I'll come Eric last. I'll go to Rabbit, who has vampires on the mind.
Oh, I'm drawing stuff for my thing.
Oh, right. The samurai
awesome.
thing. Yeah.
Well, no, I don't know if it's going to be. I'm torn between. I'm just working on the monsters and stuff at the minute, and I'm going to go on the story afterwards.
Well, you got that samurai helmet crescent moon thing going on. That's cool.
Yeah, well, I'm just kind of designing. We'll see.
Yeah,
we'll see what happens. I've got an idea for other things, so I might change the whole aesthetic of it. But who cares? It doesn't really matter at the minute.
So I guess
doing it all on your own is complicated.
That's true, but I do have a question for you, and this is very pertinent because how excited were you, and how big was your party for Eurovision?
I don't watch it, and I don't care at all about it.
Yeah, I don't watch the whole thing, but I'll watch highlights every year because it's the best laugh of the year.
I think it's also very stupid. I mean, it's like the most political thing you can watch on TV.
Well, it's the gay Olympics is what it is. But they're completely disparaging gay people because we've had many great gay singers and musicians over the years. Great ones. And every one of them can't sing. Elton John, Freddie Mercury, George Michael. What a killer voice. But these guys can't sing at all. It's so bad.
It's modern music. It's all auto-tune, isn't it, nowadays?
Yeah,
so they don't know how.
Even with it, they're bad. It's so
I know.
bad. I don't get it. We know Europe
It's
is
just
full
that,
of
even
great
just the
music.
songwriting's bad.
It's
just
very
like
political.
it's just generic crap pop. Yeah, it's all it's about.
But you know what I mean. Europe is full of great musicians and singers.
Oh yeah.
Why can't they find one? Just one.
Well, they can. They just don't seem to want to have good ones.
I mean, not to pick you out directly, but did you hear the English girl who sang? Wow, dude.
Oh, I mean, I thought that song was utter shit, but
yeah, but she cannot sing. I would take Emma Watson.
To get a little better, huh?
No, I'm not kidding. Go search. Go to YouTube and search Eurovision. Go listen to anything. It doesn't matter. Randomly choose any song.
Yeah, no, it's true. Anything, yeah.
It's
anything's all
crap.
bad.
Well, don't you
it's always
dare
been.
bring
Well,
Rob
I suppose it's not
Halford
always
into that,
been.
Henry. What are you doing?
At one point, I suppose there was some alright stuff years ago when it was more musical based.
Well, if you go way back to like
way back,
yeah, but it hadn't been
like ABBA and
decade.
stuff. But...
Yeah, ABBA and stuff like that.
No,
but no, it's comically bad, and it is absolutely the gay Olympics. I do not say that ironically. to see how hard they
that's
want to
cool.
outgay each other is incredible. Germany won this year, though. I would say they came in dead last for their song because it was absolutely horrible take on Rammstein. But the
It was,
outfit,
yeah. It was like Pop Ramstein. It was
it
really
was,
bizarre.
it was
Ugh, that sounds
disgusting.
horrible.
And the thing, Rammstein was like, oh, du hast, they'll have this kind of speaking rough German rock, but it's musical. It is musical. This guy wasn't, but he
Right.
won the Gay Olympics though. He gets first place. Check it out. Anyway, thank you, Rabbit, for that nostalgic look at Eurovision. Yeah. It's so bad, dude. Anyway, Elrod, would you like to say something?
Something.
Thank you, Elrod.
Check out Fantasy Island, the 1998 TV series,
Yeah.
available on TV.
Yeah. No, it was
Along
great.
with the classic Fantasy Island with Ricardo Khan Montalban.
Ricardo was a treasure, underappreciated.
Any episode with David Hedison from Voyage to the Bottom of the Sea or with Roddy McDowell. Classic.
Oh yeah, good stuff, man. And
You think
another
it's on
actor
TV?
from that period was horribly underrated, Yul Brenner.
Yes.
Stunning, really good stuff from those guys, proper actors. But thank you very much, Elrod. All right, of course, I'm going to have to go to Johan now. Hello, Johan.
Hello.
Yeah, I can't be bothered.
Have you ever heard of
Yeah.
Fantasy Island?
I have. I didn't watch it, but yeah, I have that. never watched it actually.
You should watch an episode. It's great. Tattoo is the man.
Yeah. It's a fascinating concept. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think you
Okay,
could
yeah.
make it. In the remake, Kima, wasn't Tattoo a lady? It's like a big black lady. It's like, what?
Which remake? The horror movie?
No, the Mexican one, the one we just had recently.
Oh, that was like the latest series, right?
Yeah, well, it was horrible, dude. It was really, really
But
horrible.
there was also a horror movie with the guy from Ant-Man.
There was a Fantasy Island horror movie? How does that?
Yeah, they made it a horror movie because fantasies aren't always what you think they are.
Oh, it's not. It was not a horror. The original.
Oh, the original was too. Yeah, it's because people learn a lesson. They get what they wish for, and it's not always what they want.
Oh, okay.
Tattoo.
It had
Oh,
Charo,
kind of like the
Charles
Twilight
on the boat.
No, Charo was on Fantasy Island because it's a shared universe with Love Boat.
Oh.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So that
So
means magic exists in the Love Boat universe.
I think I watched the Love Boat, but I forget the story. But the song, yeah, the song keeps with me in my mind. I like the song. The song is
It's
great.
a catchy song. But one of the
Yeah.
catchiest songs of all time was da 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 da.
Wow, what is it?
No words
Oh, yeah,
at all.
F Troop. Yeah, that was great.
Yeah, it was great. I love
Troop
me
was
some F
wonderful.
Troop.
F Troop is one of the best shows ever.
It's true.
Oh yeah.
It's true. Because
Purple Agar was the
Game,
Joker.
baby.
do you know the same guy who owns the 18 van also owns Kit?
What?
Oh,
Well, yeah, because he built those
I
cars,
see.
right?
I don't know, but I do know the same guy who owns it. He also owns a couple other of Hollywood memorabilia vehicles. Anyway, so thank you very much, Johan. And let's see here.
Thank
I
you.
have to go with Jeff, but I got to do Eric first. So, Eric, do you want me to show the page, or you want to show something yourself?
You can show the page. That's fine.
Okay.
TikTok looks cute.
Oh, thank you. You guys are so great. Amazing. It's amazing to draw with you guys every week. I have such a great time. I'm just always blown away by everybody's art. Just super great. So, besides that, everybody out there should go follow all these people and commission them for art.
There you go.
But you can go check out my Kickstarter, which ends in 58 hours. It's the 5th issue of the Zombieful World of Oz. 40 pages, all color, lots of characters. and zombies and stuff happening. And performance has been a little down on the last on this issue. 4 and 3 did really good. This one's going to finish just above 2, I think, from I'm looking at it. But everybody was getting free government money for the past 2 years before this came out. So.
I didn't get any government money.
Neither did I.
I got some.
Haha, your government doesn't love you.
That's true.
but we are still happy to have been funded in 2 hours, and we have 122 backers, $4,500, so 300% funded. So I'm happy with that. So can't wait to get the books out to everybody once the campaign concludes.
I like this one where she's got the yellow hat and the driving goggles.
That's Princess or Queen Ozma.
I like that one.
Do you like? So you like the one that used to be the boy?
Very good. The Wicked Witch of the West. Very nice.
Oh, so she's not the one that used to be Dorothy's mom, or was Dorothy's mom, or
Dorothy's mom?
Witch of the South. The Good Witch of the South. Sorry.
She was killed by her daughter.
Oh no!
Not Dorothy.
Oh, not Dorothy? Okay, that's good. I think I better get the catch-up specials and try and figure out all this drama. Like, what?
Yeah, I've taken a few liberties because there's just some stuff's left open. So yeah.
Yeah, you have to close us up with something. Cool.
There's a whole family thing going on.
Well, fair enough.
The whole. Cool.
All right. Well, thank you all very much. And Adrian's here as well. Would you like to say something, Adrian?
Yeah, thanks for showing up and watching the show. I'm currently working on trying to do a webcomic / magazine type deal. I don't know. It's all sword and sorcery short stories, basically.
Oh, fun.
Yeah. I should definitely write romance novels. That's what I should do.
No, it's in the vein of the Savage Sword of Conan and stuff like that.
Yeah, I could do that too.
Yeah, that would be very interesting seeing you try to integrate with that community.
The Savage Sword of Rob.
You do a Conan.
I was talking about you, Chester.
Yes.
Yeah.
Savage Sword of Detective Conan.
I could put myself draped out on a couch with a leopard skin across my nethers. It'd be great.
Ooh.
Put it on Kickstarter, I guess.
The ladies would love it.
Burt Reynolds.
That's
Sure,
what I was thinking. Yeah. Awesome. All right. Well, thank you all very much, and we'll check out next week. What are we doing next week, by the way?
I don't know if we're doing
isn't
that.
it? When's Pixels thing?
Oh yeah,
next week or the week after. I'm not sure because I
Hang
think
on,
it launches in 2
he
days,
put it
right?
somewhere, didn't he? Yeah, that's what I thought.
Oh, that's cool. I'd
He
love
put
to
it
see
somewhere.
what Mitchell's up to.
Hang on. Did he
It's
put it?
mermaids again.
Mermaids.
It is mermaids again.
Fair enough.
He did put it somewhere, but I can't
He
find
added
it.
a calendar. Where is it?
My birthday.
He's not on here. Oh, he created a calendar.
Is it
not
in
put his
moderator?
girlfriend on there?
Maybe.
Oh, did you look at that?
Oh, maybe it's there. Moderator mayhem. Let's look.
Let's have a look. Blah, 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 blah.
Hey, can we do something for my sister? It's her birthday next Thursday.
Is it?
Like volume 3.
Stan Sakai and I have the same birthday. It's kind of funny.
It's true.
You and who?
Stan Sakai, the guy who created Usagi Yojimbo.
Oh,
we can do you
Different years, but May 25th.
Interesting.
So I kind of joked with one of my friends about that. We actually went out to go see a movie together, and I didn't want to ask him if he would come with me to see a movie on my birthday because I don't like to impose on anybody. So I just joked, "Oh, it's Stan Sakai's birthday," because he asked if there was something going on. I said, "Well, it's my birthday, but it was Stan Sakai's birthday, so we're going to go celebrate Stan Sakai's birthday." And so he went, okay, and decided to come out and go along. And then, like, later in the week, I told him about what a nice time I had on my birthday. And he's like, you have to let me know when that is. I didn't know. I'm like, you were there. We went to go see the movies. And, like, I thought that was Tantakai's birthday. I'm like, it was. We have the same birthday. So, I haven't talked to him in a long time. But we used to message each other.
When it's my birthday. Okay, we're going to go celebrate Chubby Checker's birthday.
There you go.
There you go. Well, that's much better than mine. My birthday is the same as Meryl Streep and Cyndi Lauper, so you got a better end of that.
Mine's the same as Tom Hanks.
Oh God.
How do you guys know? Do you Google people's birthday? That's so weird.
No, they Google us.
No, that's
right.
I mean, I was like,
Pixel wanted to do June 1st.
Is that what? So I knew it was soon. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, that's fine.
So
what do you want to do next week then?
Well,
so it's Amy's choice.
Yeah, what are you going to do then?
Choice. There you go. To be fair,
you
though,
have to
I
tell us now,
am
think about it.
sandbagging a bit, though, Rabbit, because another person born on my birthday, Pocahontas herself, Elizabeth Warren.
oh.
Yeah.
Oh my
That's
gosh,
good to know.
Chester.
That's good to know. But
O.J. Simpson has my birthday too.
Yeah, but actually the ultimate sandbag, I'm going to twist it because the actual person I'm proud to be born on the same birthday with is Bruce Campbell. The
Oh,
cheese.
okay, that makes up for all of it.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Nope. Okay.
Yes.
You win that one.
Yeah, we
Goofy birthday, huh?
We won't mention the fact that Carson Daly is also born on my birthday. Shh, don't tell anybody.
Hasselhoff was born on my birthday.
Oh, there you go. There you go. Yes, you can
The
search that, by the way,
Harbor on
as
my
I do
birthday.
right now. So there you go. All right.
I feel like I
Anyway,
need to go look up celebrities that were born on my birthday. Jeez, you guys.
it's fun. I didn't know. I
It's
didn't know it
nice
was
to
related
watch,
to
but okay.
Pocahontas.
There you go.
I finally have
Joel
Indian in
Hansen.
me. All right. Anyway, Jeff, take us out of here.
Buy the Wizard Stone, available on Amazon, pretty much anywhere you buy books. And sign up for my email website, or sign up for my email list on my website. And so you can keep in touch, so you can be updated on my next upcoming books and whatnot. And of course, if I don't say namaste, Chester's going to get all upset. So frickin' namaste.
Bruce Campbell is my spirit animal. Namaste.
There you go.
Later, everybody.
Goodbye.
Good night, everyone.
Bye.
Thank you, my voters. God bless. You rock.